Oh my God. Oh my God. Here it is. We're live on the internet. We're having a riveting conversation about social media and the plights thereof. And Troy very thoughtfully was like, how come we're not streaming this
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah.
And so here we
The
are.
irony.
Yeah, exactly. The irony indeed. Um, Carry on.
So I was gonna ask you guys if you have seen or played Detroit Become Human.
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay,
Kurt, you're
so
muted, but I think you're saying it's right there on your shelf. Yeah.
It's
actually
right
right
there. It was right there. But now it's over there.
I'm in the servant feed. I can read lips.
Kurt's actually camera isn't working tonight. We will be playing the role of Kurt Clark together as a group.
Yes.
He will be acting out.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was on mute until like literally 1 second ago. I'm saying I have Detroit almost right there,
Yeah.
but actual Detroit's there.
Oh, that's even
Yeah.
better.
right. So it is like I'm not gonna I don't want to spoil anything, but like it's very like obviously about like robots like place in society, and it's from 3 different perspectives of like, and they're called androids, but it's like they've become like sentient, and like are they another like people? Like are they another like race that we accept alongside ourselves, or are they like slaves, right? That like because we created them, and it is heartbreaking, fascinating, and like 100% like I can see that as like a future of the world, like without a doubt. So I like highly recommend to go either like watch a playthrough, play it yourself. It's like, decision
What is
like
it
based
again?
game, like lots of
Detroit
like role
what?
playing. Detroit Become Human. It's
I get
amazing.
it. The Motor City.
So
Okay.
I'm picking my interests, having just downloaded TikTok. What does oddly satisfying mean as a category?
Oh, that's
Oh,
like cats
love
that fit
satisfying
perfectly in
videos.
sinks, or like micro, like machined,
sands?
like plates of metal
like
that
some,
fit
like,
together.
So
Visual
cutting.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Or like things where they're like mixing together paints, or they're like cutting sod freshly off. Yeah, that's oddly satisfying.
Like that one channel, like they actually on some flights they'll have like the meditation channel on the video screen, and they'll do the paint thing where they're just like, sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
with you,
it's
man.
like the
No, yeah.
rolling colored pencils that are perfectly sharp. Yes.
We have this like communal survivor energy happening, and so like fan favorite Aubrey Bracco like was like big on the crayons, and like she like sent me a thing years ago of like these crayons going through like a mill, like old broken crayons being like chopped up in one of those crazy like processors with like the rotating plates, and then like remelted and made into like a lamp, and it was the greatest thing ever. I watched that video like 1,000 times in a row. It was so satisfied. Watch the wax all like melt. It's spilling in this like myriad of rainbow colors. I was like,
Yeah.
God, I need to get in the crayon business,
Yeah.
That's what you should do on like Thursday nights or Friday nights on here. It's just like run you reacting to oddly satisfying video.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Incredible stuff.
Mike is talking about the cats at sinks. Certainly, you've seen cats that fit perfectly at sinks, Mike. It's oddly satisfying. They just like, whoo, they're right in there. You get a nice like clear glass sink, and you can see them from underneath. Oh, it's
Yeah.
just extraordinary stuff. I love it. Anyway, Kurt, now that you're on TikTok, you should go follow the Dragonfly TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go follow the Dragonfly TikTok.
Everybody out there,
Yes.
go follow Dragonfly TikTok. Fun
Yes,
stuff.
all of our 2
Also,
videos,
Sam
but I will put
Riegel-
more. If we get at least 2 more followers, I will
We'll
put
get
another
more.
video
There you go. So that's Kurt and one other person.
up. One other person. We'll see.
I'm going through my my Facebook. And Taylor, you're the second person I followed.
Oh, there you
Heck
go.
yeah.
There you
I
go.
did the time.
I need to like figure out what to post. I know we talked about a really long time ago about me going and finding really tranquil places and just like screaming. But I don't really know if I want like
Yeah, that doesn't feel like your vibe. I'm not gonna
No.
lie.
Nope.
No.
no.
I
don't
think you should
so.
just take over cottagecore TikTok. I think that's what you should do, which is very anti-cottagecore. But like, I think you should come in and just say, "I am your queen now."
Hello.
Hello. I've brought
Hello.
mushroom.
Hey,
Hi.
Sign of my reign.
thank you for the sub, bub. I can't believe it. Bugbear sub for 7 months. We have officially been streaming D&D at DM Philly for 7 months. That's crazy. It feels like we just started, but like, yeah, we're rolling up on it now. 1 year, not too long.
Well,
Ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
like the first video that showed up, I kind of freaked out. I was like, oh, wait, I know that person. And yes, Kurt, that's how
Yeah.
social
Yeah,
media
that's-
works. You wouldn't think that I like head up social listening globally at my company, but
I would
yeah.
think that.
Yes.
Kurt.
I'm so excited to have Jake back. I'm
Yes.
very sorry if that's what you were going to say, Rich, but
That's exactly what I was going to say. I too am excited to have Jake back.
Lies.
When was the last time that Jake and
We were on the island and we negotiated with the crabs to not attack.
Oh yeah,
No, I know, but like when was like the last time
Lux
that
was with
Lux
Jake.
and Jake? Yeah.
That's for Dragonfly stat tracking, which is not under my purview.
It literally might have been like the
It's a-
first time that we played.
No.
Yes.
I recently bought a 7-pack of candles from Cantrip Candle Company.
Oh, nice! I love these.
Yes.
The no spell slot required is their motto, and so I selected for today Brine Water Tides, given the theme
Yeah.
of where we're at, which says it has a scent profile of kelp, ozone, and salt water.
Wow!
oh,
So
Wow!
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kinetic ozone.
It might have been episode 3.
It's a long time
Okay.
ago.
It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
it's
This
a
is
long
part of
time.
like the fun of this like ever interchangeable crew of the Dragonfly. While like Kurt and Taylor play D&D together almost every week with me, and then like Jake and Lux are like hanging out on the ship all the time. You guys have not played these characters together in quite a minute, so it'll be fun to return. This is a perfect night for you to be back, Jake, given the events of last week. It's only really been one episode since you guys all dealt with the crabs on the little island. And yeah, I'm really, really excited about tonight. I feel like it's going to be good. Is there anything that we should like go over or revisit here?
I'm going to be right back. I left my notebook downstairs.
Oh, he's got to go get his notebook.
We did get a bunch of stuff last week, but we're
We
running. So it sort of
did.
depends on where we are in terms of how much time has passed since we like ran up from the thing. I'm assuming not long because we got to go get that thing.
and I assume I'm at full hit points. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
While Troy's getting his notebook, I'm gonna go take out my contact.
Okay.
That's
It's
smart.
bugging
Yeah.
me.
Goodbye. That's fine. Everybody go. There
Oh,
it is.
nice.
It's like it's like musical chairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, really.
I will just take a second. I was talking to these guys last night. Like the Firelight Tales crew is like my small core group. It was like the first stream here. And I just was like thanking them for like how proud I am of them and how appreciative I am of like all the support they gave me to like help get this far into this thing. And yeah, so just like I want to pat us on the back one more time before it's too far in the rearview mirror for a 41-hour marathon. It really was like something altogether like unbelievable. $6,700 and change dollars for like over a dozen charities. And yeah, I gave these guys the like big emotional lovey-dovey rundown last night of like, you guys are the best, but you guys are the best, thank you for like all the stuff you're doing and for like coming to play with me every week, because it's a lot of fun and it's nothing without you guys, right? Otherwise it's just me making a bunch of silly voices, which would get old much faster.
I think some people would watch that.
I do too, but it's much better interspersed with 4 other dynamic individuals. So yeah, I guess to like reorient us. When last we saw Jake Doya, the lot of you had like landed on this kind of broken ruins of the Tiefling's Tower here on the homeworld of Cerelia. A century past it still stood, but it was shattered and broken, no more than just a sort of pad with stairs leading down below the surface of the waves. Your exploration there, you discovered a whole bunch of crabs and snakes and a strange beholderkin, oh my. And it was from there that you would travel to go meet with Reestranen at the end of the episode. So, having reconnected with Reese, the Triton, whose octopus companion was unfortunately killed weeks ago. We don't like to talk about it anymore, but it did happen.
Who did that?
He discussed with you the plight of the Tritons, explaining that the world of Cerelia once was under the stewardship of these Tritons from the elemental plane of water. But some centuries past, an army of Sahagwin, these ferocious, sort of cult-like fish people, came pouring through from the elemental plane of water. The Tritons, ill-prepared to defend themselves, lost their footing, lost control of the portal, and lost the connection to their people at home. And thus, over the past centuries, the Sahagwin have risen up and taken control of Cerelia, subjecting the kobolds to a plight of slavery, and driving the Tritons, words, into a point of near extinction, as few yet endure, trying to protect the old important sites of this place. And so you agreed to assist Reese, and he sent you back to the Tower of the Tiefling, explaining an ancient apparatus was below, and that if you could retrieve it, it may aid the crew of the Dragonfly, while you in turn try to aid him and his people in the retaking of this portal to the plane of water. And thus the three of you, Rhea, Lux, Professor Reginald Frybottom, because you three were the only ones to run to the top of the ship while taking evasive maneuvers, it was decided that you would disembark, while Jake, you remained behind with Doc and the Badman, and proceeded to, and Astorius, of course, lest we forget, and proceeded to lure away the Sahagwin that had come to chase you all down, using the maneuverability and speed of the Dragonfly to outrun their strange dinosaur mounts that fly above the ocean. So while Doc and the Professor, while the Professor and Rhea and Lux recovered the apparatus, the Dragonfly weaved through the clouds above the waves. And we pick up tonight as the Dragonfly has landed on the pad above the sort of dungeons, the subterranean levels of this broken tower. The lot of you having taken out this apparatus of Hux. And I think with the Dragonfly just touching down, the four metal feet like making contact with this broken pad of concrete, the ship like sinking in a little bit as the wings cease their vibration. We see the ramp coming down and Jake standing on the back of it as Rhea, Professor, and Lux make their way up from the tunnels below. And that's where we'll pick up.
We have the apparatus, right?
Yeah.
We have it with us. We just couldn't put it in the water.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get that to Doc. We got to get this thing to Doc. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness, they're here. Here we go. Jake, we have a thing. Sorry.
You definitely do.
Jake, as you take a look,
Do we have room for this?
you see this enormous, like 10-foot long, like kind of 5-foot wide barrel with these crab-like legs and these pincers in front of it come like clanking up behind Rhea and the Professor. And I think that the back of it, you hear the flap on the back just like clanging and clanging with every step as the hatch is broken.
Are you looking to just bring it on board, or are you looking to hide it on board?
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be hidden. I mean,
Okay.
it can be smaller than this. It could look like just a big barrel, but
Okay, good.
yeah.
Because I don't know if I could hide something that big.
No, I don't think we need to hide it. You know?
I'm just curious.
Yeah, we
Worst
just gotta
case-
fix it.
Yeah.
We broke it.
Worst case scenario, we put all of our blankets over.
Were you able to get away?
Oh yeah, pursuit.
Were your pursuers? Are they still in your pursuit?
I think we see the Badman standing behind Jake like, they never stood a chance. We are the night.
Yeah, they never saw. Yeah. Well, okay, that's good. Okay, we get this thing fixed up, and then we go to the portal.
Yeah.
In it. A few of us.
I believe there were only 2 seats, so perhaps some of us do not need to ride in it.
We'll take the dolphin.
I think it's at this point we hear the sound of like kind of water dripping, and we see these blue hands like reach over the ledge as Reese Strannen like pulls himself up from down below the water's surface, and he's like, as you had asked him to wait outside and kind of watch, keep guard, and he's just like, by the twin moons of Cerelia, you've done it. You really have it. Is it broken?
Just
Yeah,
a
broken.
hatch.
Broken.
Yeah, broken when we found it.
Yep.
I think we told him last week. I think we actually did
Yeah.
tell him. We told him.
I think you're right.
He was like so disappointed in us. Ruin everything. He sends us off to do.
So I think he says, you're going to need time then to repair it, to rest. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
We did long rest before we went down, right? So, we got woken up by the sharks. But it's I guess we would ask Doc how long it would take to fix it.
I can't properly articulate Doc's excitement as she comes like striding off the back, like, what is that? And I think Waffle's just like, like very excited, kind of like flying around the thing, going to the back, kind of lifting the hatch. And Doc's like, oh yeah, I could fix it, no problem. You all broke this?
I wouldn't exactly say that. Otherwise, Rhea would punch.
Okay, get it on board. Get my tools. Waffle. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but like
Okay.
push it, roll. You're in it? Are you in
Yeah.
it? Lux?
Oh yeah, I'll walk
So I think
it.
Lux can like
Yeah.
walk it up the ramp, clang, 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 and it's kind of tight as it like gets into the back. But as you pull the levers, like pulling the legs back in and like recessing the claws and the eyes, the whole thing, it's just this barrel. It does still take up a lot of room in the back, but you guys can just kind of like squeeze around it, you know. And so Doc just like, all right, I'll get my tools. Like going to retrieve the tools that were found on the Mordekaiser, these enchanted tools that she uses to begin working. And so I think that Reese Strannen, like walking up the ramp with you, is just like, well, I've sent the other dolphins. My people are going to rally. I know not all of you will fit in this, but we have some magics that will allow you to breathe beneath the waves to resist the effects of the cold.
One just minor question, if I may. Would you say that the number of sharks in the area is more or less than what we've encountered before now?
You mean one?
I should prefer that it's fewer.
Well, wouldn't we all? Reg.
I think Reese says, there are many sharks in the ocean, Professor. That I cannot change.
Yeah.
I could say there's only usually 2 or 3 that are with the Sahagwan guarding the portal at any given time.
That's a 200% increase over what we saw. In fact, if you count the creature we saw as only half a shark, as the other half was wolf, it's in some ways a 500% increase. That's not good numbers.
Well, if you...
Ray is doing that,
Professor,
like, you know
remember
that,
what we
you know
talked
that, like,
about,
GIF where,
okay?
like, someone is doing math and they're,
Yeah.
like, all the numbers are, like, yeah.
Okay, so 1/6 divided by 1/2. No.
I think that he says, if we were to consider the entire population of sharks in Cerelia, which I would imagine may be higher than in other worlds, there are certainly millions. So, in matter of point, this is less than 1% of the total sharks that you might encounter in the ocean, if you look at it that way.
How reassuring.
Yes.
Reggie, that's like 2 or 3 sharks that we could kill, and then there's 2 or 3 less sharks in the whole
There
world.
you have it.
So.
I apologize. I've allowed myself and my fears to become the center of attention yet again. Everything will be fine. We will I just wish I could had the protection that Jake does. You know, when things get tough, you can.
You got pretty big hands, Reginald. No, I want to how big? Because they say you could just punch a shark in the nose and it will go away. So
you punch the shark.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, is that correct? You know much more about creatures than I do.
I've never encountered a shark. I am not proficient in the ways of nature.
I apologize.
I am, and so I just told you.
Absolutely. I would not choose to question that in any way. I just thought because of the bees, the bees.
No, you could try to. Bees, don't punch them in the nose.
No.
I don't even have noses.
No, of course, certainly not. Right. It will be fine. You said there are ways that we can go below the surface of the ocean safely.
I have some magics, yes, that will allow you to breathe, to ensure that should anything occur to the apparatus, whoever is inside of it will not drown, as you are all limited and unable to breathe underwater as the mighty tritons. But, yes, our thought was to use all the resources we have available. The few of my kin who can come to aid us are en route now. We thought that we would strike at the portal and try to draw away as many of the Sahagwin as we might. Perhaps you might use the speed, the maneuverability of your ship here to lure away those who are still hunting for you above the waves. And that the group of you willing to undertake this mission with the apparatus could strike at the portal itself. If you can take out the guards that remain, I'm certain there'll be few. The Sahagwin leap at any opportunity they find to spill our blood. If they can end one of us, they are very eager to do it.
Let's do it. Let's make sure they never have to remember the tritons.
I was like trying to get that in earlier. Oh, you! I was waiting for the right moment.
Dragonfly, where all the players are vying for joke initiative.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll help you.
Have you read?
So I think he says, I know not how much time you require, but I can send word to them when we're ready.
So only 2 can fit in the apparatus.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Is the... And even if we can breathe underwater, that would still inhibit our those of us not in the apparatus. That would hinder our fighting ability. Correct? Because I can't swing this with full capacity when there's the drag under the water, which sounds like a completely different adventure.
The drag under the water.
Drag underwater. Yes, I had not considered that. Many of my arcane abilities are fire-based. I would imagine they would not pack as much punch underwater.
Fire will not be as effective.
Arrows underwater. Don't get me started.
I'm sorry, Reese. You were saying something? It is a problem, yes?
I think he says fire underwater is not ideal, to be certain.
Fire.
Any sorts of lightning that you might be able to bring to bear, electricity, these are very useful things. Ironically, your bow would be relatively effective, though not at incredibly far range. I believe that your arcane aptitude, Professor, will be valuable for whatever you find at the portal. We've not been close enough to it to assess if there have been any changes, but certainly your knowledge and expertise might be useful there.
Changes, huh? Very well. We have yet to say no to an adventure. I can't imagine starting now.
Can I just ask a question? Jake, you don't have a swim speed, right?
Not yet.
Okay. Not yet. Yeah. The underwater combat rules, just to go over it for a second. A creature that doesn't have a swim speed has disadvantage on attack rolls unless they're using a dagger, a javelin, a short sword, a spear, or a trident, piercing, stabbing things, right? Ranged weapons automatically miss past normal range. You have no long range on ranged weapons. And even within normal range, they're at disadvantage unless it's a javelin, a spear, trident, a dart, a thrown weapon.
Does anybody not have any of those weapons?
I have none of those weapons.
Would you like a spear?
Yes, of course.
You take this.
I'm assuming you're not talking about pickles. You're talking about an actual spear, yes?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would happily. Yes, I apologize. I was thinking of lunch. In fact, there was some discussion before about taking a small break. Wouldn't be opposed to it.
Well, I'm going to need some time to fix this thing. It's broken pretty good. Can't believe this should find
Professor, we should look at these items too, because this cloak kind of looks like a manta ray, so it might have something to do with, water.
Oh, I had completely forgotten. Yes, that would be a good time for me to break out these new pearls that we just came across. It seems my ability to identify objects is beholden to my possession of such beautiful pearls. Right, okay. I think the professor, starts to go off to prepare lunch and casting Identify.
Okay, cool. So I think that there's time here for a short rest as the professor is going to be casting Identify. Doc is working on fixing the apparatus. I guess I'm going to ask the question, do you guys want to stay here parked, or are you going to look to move?
Ooh. Do you think, Jake, do you think that they were trailing us at all? Do you think they would know? I mean, I will admit there was a Sahagwin who came up and fought us. But I don't think he would have got word out.
You're asking NPC Jake, I think. So
yeah, true.
Which may need to answer that question.
I think Asturias is there were a lot of them. They seemed like they were everywhere, but we lost them pretty good.
Well, I mean, we can get out here quick if we need to.
Oh, yeah, so
Maybe
quick.
we'll just...
Yeah,
they won't even see us leave.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we could be in the ship, ready to go.
Yeah.
Someone rest in the seat.
Yeah, I'll do that. Gonna go take a nap.
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Okay. Yeah, somebody gonna take that. Somebody should definitely wear the cloak because it gives you a swim speed.
I've just finished identifying the first of these objects. This appears to be, you're quite correct, a cloak of, I believe they refer to it as a manta ray. It does all sorts of wonderful things. You have a swim speed of up to 60 feet whilst wearing it, and you can breathe underwater, which is quite fortunate that we've come across this right now as we need it. Thank the gods.
Well, we were in a water planet, So.
That is true.
There were.
That is true.
There were a number of these made by my people. For the tieflings, often the ambassadors, they were travelers frequently between our civilizations under the waves, and it was very useful for them. This is quite a find.
Who would that be the most useful for?
I can hold my breath for quite a long time, so I may not need that.
The one thing we're gonna get, he's good. Reese here, he's gonna let us breathe underwater. So we're all going to be able to do it. So it's not so much it's the swim speed and then being able to use any weapon you want, I think, is the real advantage to the cloak.
Yeah, I mean, Jake, maybe you want to use it for a little bit, That way you can kind of zip around.
And you could use any weapon you want.
Yeah.
I should say that it shouldn't go to anyone who is riding inside the apparatus.
Yeah. I think honestly maybe I should stay just me inside the apparatus.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Because the other person is inside, and what are they? They can't. What are they gonna do?
Add color commentary.
And I'm like, some part of me is just imagining Doc just being like, "Oh, I know what I'd do," right? Like,
yeah.
backseat driving the whole time. No,
I'm fine taking it.
Take it.
Right.
Because otherwise he pulls out this like small short sword. I'd be stuck with this.
Mm-hmm.
I must admit, some of these other objects have caught my eye a bit more.
Yeah, how about that armor?
Yes, the breastplate.
Yeah.
One moment, please. I'll.
Oh, you could look at it.
I must look at it first. I have notions, but I do not know exactly what it does quite yet. And he pulls it up, and I think is this the cold resistance?
Mm-hmm. It is, in fact. Leather armor of cold resistance. Grants +1 to your AC. It's like slightly enchanted armor and resistance to cold damage.
Cool.
I'm interested unless anybody else is.
I go ahead.
I don't need it. I'm stars.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, perhaps I shall identify the rest of these, and then we can make a decision collectively about, with all of the chips on the table, as they say. Speaking of which, do we have any chips?
Yeah, I'll get the chips. I'll get them.
Okay, thank you. All this identifying is making me quite hungry.
I made some space whale jerky.
Oh.
You would eat that? That's what you said?
I made some.
Oh, you made some.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, man.
By the twin moons of Cerealia, I love the space whale jerky.
I'll go get it.
This is a remarkable find. I think that he's like flies over. He's like helping Doc. Like, you hear him just like yammering on Doc. Like, Could you, if you're gonna be here, could you at least help? Hand me that.
Oh yeah.
So I think over the next however long, I mean, he's going to take as long as we need and can afford to identify all of these items.
Sure.
Do you want me to? I mean, I think. Let's see. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I think I have it. Yeah. Okay. I've done as much as I can to identify these. We have, of course, the leather armor, cold resistance, some additional protection. We have the cloak that appears Jake is donning at this point. These boots are made for walking.
I was just about to say it.
They are made for walking upon water.
Joke initiative again. Poor Jake can't.
Oh, those are cool.
Yes, it is an ability that I hoped to have learned at some point, but have not yet.
Well, you could take it, and then when you learn it, you could give the boot to someone else.
Well, that does bring us to the other items. There are these gems. One, of course, is a pearl. One of much more powerful than the mundane ones I've been using here. This appears to allow one additional access to the arcane. And needless to say, one could use it quite well. And I think he describes a pearl of power, as I see here on my list. There's, of course, also this rose-colored prism. It provides additional protection. something we all could use and need. And then this purple one. It is. Are you familiar with Ioun and the stones of Ioun? Any of you? Is this yes?
No.
No.
This man has stones, you say?
Fabled stones known across the known realms. Legendary items.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me none of you have ever heard the stories of Ioun.
Please, for all of us.
Aren't you helping, Doc?
Oh, that's right.
Just keep popping out of the room. Just wandering.
Lux might have, but
It's a beautiful color, that stone.
It is. Ioun is the god of knowledge and prophecy, and the stones of Ioun are scattered about the realms, and each contains manifold powers. It appears we've come across two of quite significant resource. One, as I said, provides some protection. The other allows us to store some spells for a period of time. It could be quite useful in battle, outside of battle. These are, of course, fragile objects, so we mustn't break them or lose them.
Well, Reggie, I got a couple questions. So the Pearl of Power, I mean, you can, what could you do with that?
The Pearl of Power. So you hold the pearl, you speak its command word. It will take me a bit of time to identify what that word is. But if you have cast a spell previously, you can regain the arcane ability to do that. And you can't do that again until the next day, but it can be quite powerful.
Oh, yeah, I get that from Clancy, so somebody else, I don't need that. Somebody else could have that.
Yeah, I don't know arcane magic.
Yes, somebody else could use that. If you don't...
Like you?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
The spell that stores all the thing that stores all the spells, what do you think, like what would we put in it? And then who should hold it, I guess, is the question.
Does it let someone who doesn't normally cast spells or those types of spells cast those spells?
Yeah,
that is the remarkable thing. Yeah. It almost serves like I'm not sure if you're familiar with the ring of spell storing, but it almost serves that purpose. Anyone who has a spell could load it in up to a limit, several small spells or one quite large one. And whoever is in possession of the stone, were it to be whirling above their head, could release the spell. It seems it would be wise to give it to someone who does not have access to spellcasting.
Indeed.
But I will say, if we are going into battle, it won't aid us much rather than to give the ability to someone else to cast. We must recharge unless, and I think Reg looks at the stone a little bit more closely. Is there any chance there's anything stored in the Ioun stone?
That's a great question. Because as you focus your arcane abilities towards the stone, kind of sorting through it, it's a very kind of confusing process for you, as you've not interacted with a thing this sophisticated before. But over a few moments, you get a handle on it, and I think that you recognize that stored in the stone currently is both the Misty Step spell as well as I'm sorry, I'm double checking myself here. Right.
That's fine.
Where am I? Protection from evil and good.
Ooh.
Could I the apparatus, Lux, you were playing around with that. If you were in it down there and then you needed to get out of it, could you get out of it underwater? That's
Yeah,
actually,
why
I'm
not?
once again asking a question that I think, because we couldn't, I guess it was just because the door was broken that we couldn't, but my assumption was then that water gets in and then
There is a lever for the latch.
Water
But
would get
would it
inside.
flood the entire?
Yes.
Would it
So,
flood
Well,
the
yeah,
entire thing? Is there an air?
But if I had the ability to breathe underwater,
but then we'd ruin right? Wouldn't we ruin the
Water
apparatus?
and mechanical devices don't always mix.
My whole plan doesn't even matter because I was gonna say, well, you could just have Misty Step and you can Misty Step, but then we couldn't get back in it. So my whole plan, it doesn't even make sense.
if we would, we'd figure it out. But I have confidence that when Stock fixes this thing, it'll be in tip-top shape. We'll be good to go.
Speaking of which, I apologize. I've been meaning to ask this. Doc, have you found another means of getting in besides ripping open the back?
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Oh,
button
that's a
right here. How did you people not see this? It's right here. Waffle's like,
We couldn't find
"Ah."
it. No, we couldn't find it. We looked and looked.
Well,
and
next time,
looked.
come and get me before you rip something. I mean, you should know better. I'm sorry. This is very old. This is very exciting.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
there
really
was
cool.
rat and a crocodile, and
Yeah, we were really stressed. We were distracted.
Mushrooms, mushroom room, mushroom.
There was much room for improvement.
Oh.
Jake, I apologize. I interrupted you. I just was too curious.
This is Kurt asking more than Jake. Is there any sort of airlock in it?
There's not like an airlock we're talking in the apparatus. Yeah, no. Like if you open the back, it's gonna flood with water. That said, it's like Arcanotech, so it's not like it's got a battery that's gonna short out. You don't know if the water will dramatically affect it. But to Lux's point, if you could breathe underwater, you can at least get inside and try to drive it around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I trust you.
Good. The best pilot ever.
Well then, so this stone, I have the means of moving using Misty Step already. So, and the means of casting arcane spells. I shouldn't have this.
Can the storage store only what Jake would refer to as wizard spells?
No. Could store any spells of any class. All of you on the Dragonfly are spellcasters.
Yeah, my thought is once we use up these spells that are in it, we maybe put some healing in it.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
And give it to somebody who doesn't have healing.
Mhm.
Or who's
but for now,
in a position to use.
Yeah. But for now, I think any of us could take it, and if we don't use it today, that's fine. But just someone could hold on to it.
Or if we find someone who can cast a very rare spell, it can be like our spell scrapbook. We can always hold on to it and remember that spell until we really need it.
That's true.
I could put Starlight in it.
Yep.
The stars.
Yeah.
Could you only put one, or could you put stars in their multitude in there? No? I had to get something
out in the darkness.
Would you shoot the stars into it? They'd be shooting stars. Okay, this is just mostly puns. There's also this ring, and I think I don't think I need to identify. And it shoots what does it do? It shoots out a whale, right? A spectral whale.
Yeah, it shoots out a spectral whale that smashes.
Is it dangerous if I shoot it inside? I don't know.
Do you shoot it inside? I mean,
no, I don't. I pretend, but I don't.
That's the question.
And I toss it to Reginald.
To me, it appears to do what you think it would do, which is shoot out a spectral whale.
Well, yeah, it's got a whale on it, so.
Yes, I'm
Mhm.
shocked.
Well, it's a whale shark, so.
Oh, give it back.
So I shan't
Cover
be
your
using it,
ears.
to say the least. And I would thank you very much not to use it in my immediate presence.
I think maybe like we could just, I'm sure there's stuff that other people want, I'm sure the Badman wouldn't mind shooting out a spectral whale. So,
Yeah.
That does beg the question. There are, 8 of us here now, I believe. 9 if you count Reese. Are all of us going to the portal, or do some of us need to remain with the ship?
I think.
No, they're going to bring the Tritons back, and then the ship is going to distract them like they did before the other Sahagwin.
I think Reese is saying, I think that the best plan would be for your ship to garner the attention of all the Sahagwin that are flying above the waves, lure them away.
Yeah.
They are hot for you right now after your time in Hiroto, and I would imagine if you could lure more of them further from here with your Dragonfly, that would serve our needs. My people will strike at the portal and draw away what we can from there, and that will allow the 4 of you to press.
Badman can drive the ship, Doc can use the ballista, Stories can be flying around. It's a perfect plan.
Yeah.
And Ben, what will you be doing during this time?
I'll be coordinating.
You'll be staying safe.
That's right. Right up there by the ballista.
No. Reload decks. That's an order.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't been here very long, but my impression of the Badman is that he needs a little bit of monitoring, so perhaps I should stay in the cockpit and make sure he doesn't crash your precious space vessel into the ocean.
That's true.
You could take care of his cat, too.
I love that cat.
Pet it.
It's not nearly as slimy as the water cats. It's strange, because he vomits it up.
I almost forgot about the water cats.
Oh, yeah. I'll never forget.
Well, is that everything, Reggie?
It's fine. I've become used to a nickname. Let us see.
You
No,
can
I'm
choose
sorry,
any
I-
name
we
you
did
want,
this whole-
Professor.
Yeah, you could be whatever you want.
Yeah.
So if you want to be Reginald, I'll call you Reginald. It's just Reggie.
It is fine. It is perfectly fine. I just prefer for myself to use the name Reginald. This is the name that my parents gave me. But many people call me other things. Some
about
good,
Prof?
some ill. Well, it's that's
Prof. Reggie.
if it makes you happy, then I shall be happy. Professor is acceptable. Reginald, Reggie. I will even deign to respond to Reg from time to time. Nevertheless, yes, these objects. We have the Ring of the Whale, the leather armor of cold resistance, the 2 Ioun stones, one of protection, one of reserve, this pearl of power, the cloak of the manta ray, and the boots of water walker.
My word,
I
that's
believe that
quite a
covers
haul.
everything. It's
Yeah.
something.
And this trident.
Yes, the trident as well. That was found earlier. Of Fish Command, I think we said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll command some fish.
Yowza.
Yes, I don't know if anybody has any objections, but I'd love to get this armor on and get cozy in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
go
Great.
for it.
Montage.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Jake is taking the cloak, and the armor is going to Lux.
Mm-hmm.
The ring, does Rhea want to keep the ring?
The whale ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep it for now, but somebody else will probably take
What did
it.
that do again?
Shoots a spectral whale.
Makes a whale.
Oh,
I don't know
I
what it's
also have
based
a
on.
ring of feather fallen, I think I got at some point. Too.
Yes,
So I
you
have a
do.
lot of rings.
Your spiritual turtle can have a spectral whale friend.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty
that's
cool.
True.
People can think of
Chomsy
a
and
name.
Flomsy.
And you have you can command a fish army. My
It's
goodness.
true. Yeah.
Rhea's pulling her
Is there
whole
like an
together.
aquatic domain cleric? Because
Yeah,
boy,
really,
we're getting
like-
close.
I wrote the elemental clerics up for Abria, which you could see featured on Monday night stream. Firelight Tales Titans airs.
So I think like Reg is definitely interested in the Pearl of Power, and either the like protection iron stone or even the boots of water walk could be fun, but either one or neither. I mean, if people
Probably take the protection one.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
let's no problem. I mean, what? Let's metagame for half a second. What's our AC situation? Am I the lowest?
With this new armor, I'm at 17. So I'm like,
I have the
18.
Bracers of Defense, which take me up to 19, I believe.
yeah. So
And Ray?
18.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
at 15. I do have shield and other things, but that costs some spells. So I would not mind taking the protection stone.
yeah. And with the boots of water walking, do those like activate as soon as you hit water, or do you choose to activate them?
They just
You can't. You're like stuck on the surface.
Yeah. Like-
No shocks up here.
It just allows you to cast water walk on
Okay.
yourself, right? So yeah, you're not trapped. You're allowed to go underwater. Yep.
okay.
If you cast it on yourself while you're underwater, do you suddenly rise to the surface?
Yes. I think it
Yes.
says it in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
That's
fun.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, somebody should definitely wear those
Like,
just in case.
No takers. No one else.
The question is, if I was inside of the apparatus and cast on the boots, would it bring the apparatus with me to the surface?
No.
If it was
You-
filled with water?
No, it wouldn't. If you use the water walking boots while you're in the apparatus, it will not lift the apparatus. But one of the apparatus's levers is to ascend and descend
Yes.
in the water, right? But I'm gonna say like your strength is not such that you can move like 5 by 10 giant mechanical crab. Yep.
Fair enough.
Despite magic. Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Well, then, if are we still trying to figure out who will wear these boots?
I mean, yeah, somebody should wear the boots.
I will wear the boots. If Jake, do you have any need or use for them?
no, those boots weren't made for Jake.
Okay. I have quite sensible shoes, but for the moment, I will wear boots.
Yeah.
And I think like Reg is like a little embarrassed as he puts like another magical item on and like tucks the stone away and then tucks the other one away, and I think he turns to Asturias and just says, if any of this interests you, next time we leave the ship, you are welcome to take it.
I don't think I'll need it now. Also, you can't turn into stars.
I cannot. Nor can I fly, but perhaps I can walk on water now and avoid some chompy. No, not chompers, just the sharks.
We need Zed back so I can get my Asturias voice dialed in.
It's
good.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty well. Trying to figure out how to add 1 to my AC without messing everything up.
Back end, we could do a little magic thing. Hang on.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But custom AC. Oh, there we go. +1. There we go. I see it now. Thank you.
So yeah, you guys have divvied up some of these things. I think Doc like clanging and battering away, Waffle like with this little like torch firing at stuff like a little welding machine. Ben like clattering around tools. I've never seen one of these before. He's like very delighted by the apparatus, like babbling on about Hux and the legacy of Hux. And so yeah. You guys tell me when you're feeling equipped.
Should we go fight the Hagwin?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. After we've
Save a portal?
taken the time to attune to our new
Oh yeah.
gear. But I feel like we've been, sitting here resting and
You have.
I did.
You got a
Chips
short rest.
and
There were
whale
many
jerky.
identifies cast. You're eating whale jerky and chips. Badman's snoring from up at the cabin. Easter is kind of like hanging out with you guys, Restran, and like watching, like quietly offering what input he can where you need. And yeah.
Reese,
Yeah,
should
Reese.
we? Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, go.
Would you should we fly right above the portal and then we'll like you'll cast it and we jump down?
I would think.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, I think he says this will be the best place that we have to take into the water. When you're ready, I will cast the magics. They should endure for some hours. Let me double check myself. Yeah, I think he says you'll have the entirety of a day. If things go wrong, you can remain beneath the waves. If I die, the magic still will endure and protect you.
Oh, ascending stone. We should. I think I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have one, and then whoever would have the other one.
I think Doc had the other one.
Yeah, Doc probably like would toss it to you, Lux. Like,
Oh, oh.
Does water breathing allow for normal verbal communication under the waves?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, but you have to role play.
Yeah.
That's just awkward.
Yeah, I see that. That's good.
Oh yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
So
So awkward.
awkward.
Aquin. Yeah, I'm with you, Kurt. Did we have someone take the reserve stone? Did Lux take it? The Ion Stone with the extra spells in it?
Mm-mm.
Who? Oh yeah, it has Misty Step and protection from
Evil.
Good and evil.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could just like,
I find it to be a pretty color. I'll take it if we just
Yeah, you
yeah.
Yes.
put it in your shell.
hmm One does have to have it out and exposed in order for it to work, so we should be mindful of that. Yeah, I think you have to use an action to
Toss it above your head.
throw it up in the air, and which Troy always forgets. But like those things have like AC and hit points.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm assuming they like can explode if
Mhm.
they
Mm-hmm.
don't
Hmm.
survive.
Mm-hmm.
things to tell Jake before he puts it near his head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
If
it's
you-
a miracle
if
that
you-
any of them survive.
Mhm.
If you activate it and then you don't use it, you don't use the spell. It's fine, right?
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah,
just
it
you
just
have
is,
to
like,
use an action to
floating
put it up
there.
to make sure you
Yeah,
could
that
then
it's
use.
then like active, right? Once you use the action, it floats over your head, and then you can just like fire the spells out whenever.
It's like a Sims
Yeah.
little.
Exactly.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got
Mhm.
it. Okay.
Reesh, when are your other people coming?
They're as ready as they're going to be. Are you all
Oh, okay.
rather prepared then?
Think so. Doc!
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah, what? It's ready. It's fixed.
Well-
Don't break it again.
Okay.
I know you didn't break it. I'm just saying, make sure that the rest of them don't break it. This is really, we
Well,
need this thing.
I know it's really cool, but no, I'll take some
You
responsibility.
sure you don't
'cause
want
I
to stay
couldn't
here?
find the
Maybe
button
I
and,
should take it and drive it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus, you don't even know how yet.
Ah.
I'll have to teach you.
Is that waffle?
Yeah.
What was he saying? I don't know.
He's just punctuating.
Great.
Uh-oh, Deirdre's here. She's looking for the crabs.
Yeah, so I think Lux gets in the apparatus and like gets it down to like
Okay.
near where we all.
Lux loading into the apparatus. The legs like pop out, and this like robot crab like shimmies backwards out of the dragonfly like down the ramp onto the pad. I think that we see the regular like crab. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think we see the regular crabs are like over by the carcass of the giant snake, like picking away at it, like they're like turning and watching, while Reesh walks over to like the edge of the water. And he calls out like an Aquan down towards the water. And I think we see a dolphin like break the surface floating for a minute. And it makes dolphin noises. I can't. I just can't. I can make a lot of
Noises
good
are pretty
noises.
hard.
I know. I know people who do them so well, so I'm like imagining that those people are here and like gonna make the sound for me, but I can't.
Do I
only-
limitly understand what the dolphin said when he
Yeah.
popped out of the-
Yeah, the dolphin's just like, I'll get them. And it like jumps up, splashing down into the water. And I think Reese is like, they'll be here in just a few minutes.
Cool.
I think Lux is like she's not sitting still. She's like playing with it, like clamp, smash, smash, like like just practicing.
Jake, you just wait till you meet Chuck. There, he's great. He's a dolphin.
He's a dolphin.
And Dennis.
Is it Dennis?
And there was Dennis, Chuck.
And two other names that
they're
are much
written down.
harder to
I got 'em.
remember.
Yembadea
Moon
and
Yembadea and
yeah,
Moonbrita.
Yembadea. Yeah.
Here's an
I
actual.
rode upon Chuck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you would have.
Yeah.
Here's an actual apparatus character sheet if you want it, Taylor. You should have access to it.
Yes.
Like, let's just be clear. Taylor is our real life doc.
Okay. So I don't know if there's any like final preparations here, as like the Badman and Doc and Asturias are on the deck of the ship with old Ben, and I think Ben is like, I have to say, I haven't known y'all very long, but I don't want to lose any of you. Please take care of each other. Come back safe.
We will, Ben.
I love
Try
this new
our
day.
best.
You watch the Badman for us.
I'll make sure he doesn't crash the ship. I'll swear it on the twin moons of Cerealia.
You love those moons.
They're quite remarkable.
They are quite remarkable. Yeah.
So with that, I think we see the Dragonfly, like the ramp closes, and it like hovers up off the ground and begins like pulling away from you. What are you guys doing with the sending stones? Each of you has one? Is that the deal? Lux has one and you have one?
Lux has one and Doc has one.
Okay, cool.
The same pair that I had before, but Lux is now holding.
Got it. Okay. You have radio communications back to the ship. The apparatus of Hux, the giant robot crab, is crawling around on the pad. Regular crabs are looking at it, terrified. Restrand.
Don't be afraid.
I'm so excited.
It's your leader now.
Restrand and waits.
Yeah, really.
And so a few minutes pass. The sound of like the waves lapping up against this pad where this former tower of tieflings stood. This sort of embassy to the winged tieflings of Missouri here on this strange water planet of Cerealia. And so the moments pass slowly as the dolphins like emerge one by one. You see the handful of them, and with them, I think you see 3 other Tritons, 2 women, another man, much older than Reese, all of them similar with like this pale kind of hair that varies from sort of white to almost this like pastel green. Their skin, these varying hues of this kind of light blue, all of them with a spear and trident. And I think we see these kind of massive octopuses raise up in the water next to them, 2 of them. And as all these figures are sort of bobbing here at the surface of the water, one of the women would like probably say to Reese, like, "Are they ready?" And he's just like, "I think we have a plan." And he turns, like looking over you, like, "We did not meet on the best footing, but I'm very grateful for the aid that you're offering us. This is a hope undreamt for."
Risa, I think we should be clear that our likelihood of success is not exactly 100%.
It never is. But you will do your best. That much I believe. That's all I can ask.
We will.
And I think his gaze lingers on you, Jake, and he just says, It's been a very long time since turtles have been here. I'm encouraged. All right. And then I think he like begins casting, murmuring these arcane words in the strange language of Aquan, this like bubbling kind of sound, as he reaches, taking out this like small like reed that he like snaps, like stepping past each of you as he waves. And with that, all of you are granted water breathing for the next 24 hours.
Does that stack with the manta ray cloak? Meaning, like, if I lose the cloak,
Yeah.
I can.
It's like
Okay.
layered underneath, right? The manta ray cloak is like primary, but the spell's still there. So if they pull the cloak off you, you're still good.
Yay.
Okay. And so I think like as he looks the lot of you over, like, you're ready then.
Yeah.
I was born ready.
I was
Clank, clank.
born quite large, actually. Well, that's another time.
I was born Rhys-Strannen, but I've learned in these past few weeks it's a terrible name. All right. And he like jumps bloosh, into the water.
Follow suit.
Yep.
Jump right in.
I think Lux waits for everybody to get in before she like piles something into the water.
Yeah.
Jake sits on the edge and plugs his nose and then leans over back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jake with the diver's roll, bloosh, as his shell like smashes in.
I think
think-
Rhea. Yeah. No. Go ahead, Reggie.
I was just gonna say, I think Reginald would like to survey the area and the water first before getting in.
Yeah, great decision.
Mhm.
Why don't you make a perception check, Reggie?
There's 1,000 sharks.
Yes, he will try very hard with his -1.
As you like peer,
Yeah.
17.
the sun is like kind of high in the sky, and so like it's a relatively clear-ish day compared to the kind of rain that was drizzling in the past few. Like I think we see the sunlight kind of piercing down into the water, and you look, scanning. You see no dorsal fins save for those of dolphins. There's a great deal of like commotion of the swimming tritons, the dolphins, the octopus, the fearbog, the turtle. You see no sharks in the immediate vicinity. But one of the crabs is waving at Rhea as she goes.
Well then, Wiroto! And I think he like jumps and like cannonballs into the water.
As his well over 300-pound mass displaces an incredible like fountain of water, all of like the Triton like bobbing along with like Rhea and Jake. And so Lux, you're the last one in this like robotic crab.
I think Lux like turns, like looks at Doc, who's like on 100% watching this happen, and like gives her a thumbs up and turns back and like into the water.
As it like hits, it like dives down under and then kind of like floats up, bobbing. And it's a very weird sensation for you, Lux, because I'm assuming you've pulled the lever so you could see out of the sides and the front.
Oh yeah, everything's open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like the water level is like right in front of you, right? As you like look down, there's like this crystal kind of clarity down out around you. And you could see like the sun kind of refracting down through that first 10 feet of water at the surface. And you looking up and it's just the waves kind of like into the sky.
Cool. Yeah, so I think she like lowers it into the water. Like she pulls the 9th lever.
Okay.
And sinks it.
And I think that the dolphins each like approach up to you, like Rhea, Reginald, Jake. You can grab hold of them if you would like.
What's their swim speed?
Probably not as good as yours is now.
I'm assuming Chuck comes up to the professor, rather chunky dolphin is my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardy Chuck. Swim speed of 60 feet.
I can keep pace with them.
Well, then I think Reg will grab onto Chuck and Dennis and just do the two.
Awesome. Holding like
You stand on them.
yeah.
I would love to stand with the reins. Right, he doesn't have the balance to do that. Dexterity is zero, lest we forget.
Yeah, like, how dare we? So holding on to like the two dorsal fins, the twin dolphins begin pulling you down. The Triton swimming at your side. These massive giant octopuses like pulling along with them. You're like this small fleet as like Lux like hammers the like lever and the apparatus begins to like descend. It's probably moving the slowest of all these things. It has a rate of descent that's only like 20 feet, I believe, Taylor. It says it on your handout.
It says you can use an action to move as many as 2 of the apparatus levers. So I don't know if that counts as like doing it like twice, but I don't know.
Is it not just like you move the lever and it stays in position? So you're like
right,
forward.
That's what I'm.
And that's
like,
one movement and it stays that way?
I think so. But
Yeah.
we're saying like you're falling slow. And so they're all kind of like
Yeah, it's very
circling
slow.
around as the like apparatus is like sinking. The lot of you like circling in. And I think like Reese like pulling up in tight next to you, like calling out like through the muffled water, the bubbles kind of surging up around his mouth as he's like, we will strike first.
Yeah.
The 5 watch you.
Sure. What? I should have asked this before. How will we know when to strike?
When you can see them.
Brilliant.
And I think with that, like Reese like pulls and they kind of like surge away. The Tritons, the octopus like falling away from the lot of you. And so the rest of you plummet. Go for it.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
Do I know whether Sahagwins count as any of Aberration, Celestial, Elemental, Fey Fiend, or Undead? I think they're humanoids. Troy thinks that, but I don't know.
Yeah, like so I guess part of my question is like, would the professor know that? You could certainly make a history check.
He will definitely make a history check. He's thinking a little bit tactically here. We'll see. Troy honestly doesn't know for sure, so we'll see what Reg knows. 14.
Yeah, I think that's enough for the professor is like very smart man, and I think he knows that they are in fact humanoids.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure. Considering my options.
Don't blame you. I need that. I need this. I need this. Okay, cool. And the apparatus. Boom. Okay. So, you guys all ready for it?
No. But also, yes.
Rhea on the way says to Jake, like, I'm sorry I jumped in so fast. I should have made sure you were okay getting in before. I should have been there for you. But I just wanted to say I'm sorry. In Aqua. That's it.
As you descend, the kind of group pulling away, 2 dolphins pulling the professor, 1 kind of pulling Rhea, Lux just like alone in the apparatus, Jake like surging along by himself, this cloak of the manta ray like fanned out around him, this long tail kind of emerging from the back. Let us switch over to the map.
I think as they do lower, Lux will turn on the lights.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just remind me, what's the distance of your lights?
30 foot. Eye light fixtures emit bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet.
You got it, dude.
Kurt, you no longer have the candle warding you, protecting you.
Yeah. No.
Too much ozone.
Doesn't work underwater.
Doesn't work underwater. So as you guys
Commitment to a bit.
continue to like descend, the darkness begins to like swallow everything up around you. The further you go, the twin beams of light emitting from these kind of periscopes almost that are projecting up out of the apparatus, like beaming all around you. Yep. Oh, I thought Kurt was going to say something.
Yawning, I'm sorry.
No
Um,
problem. Yep.
Just before we get into it, should I be able to grab the apparatus?
Oh, let me fix the token. Yeah.
And I forget. Can anybody cast light?
Reg can use. Well, you tell me. Two things. One is like Reg has a continual flame. I don't know if that works underwater.
I mean, we have a big light right now.
And then there's like big lights from the apparatus.
The continual flame will burn underwater. Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't want to be tied to the apparatus in terms of being able to have maneuverability. So that's why I was like, if someone, I didn't know if we had a light spell that we should cast on something.
Should have borrowed Doc's night vision goggles or dark vision goggles. That would have been a good idea.
That would have been smart. Alas, we did not.
I did not prepare continual flame, so I can't cast it.
Nor did I.
Well, maybe we'll find some fish that glow, and I can convince them to hang around with me.
It's a big, bright portal, right?
If you have any
if
struggle
you need help
convincing a
talking to
fish of something.
Yeah. Just Trident here. I could help you out.
True story. Hold on one second. How about now, Lux?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So as
Jake, perhaps you stay close to me.
as you're all descending, the dolphins kind of like pulling you down. I think you're floating about like 10 or 15 feet up above the surface of what looks like this coral beneath you. And you see what looks like almost like this platform, like leading out in like the darkness of the water. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
It's like a platform, like you can like it's step onable.
Yeah. As you're looking, it's like almost. It is definitely step onable. As you're looking, it's like this ramp. It's like a bridge, like a step onable.
I think Lux like.
Yeah.
Yes, but is it step offable? No.
Yeah.
Are the Tritons no longer with us?
The Tritons broke away to kind of like
Okay.
distract a bunch of the Sahagwin.
Yeah, I don't know where the portal is, so I'm just following people's lead.
Yeah.
Let's get on the ramp, yeah.
I think
Shall
Lux
we
tries to
follow
kind of,
Lux? Yes,
lead the way with the apparatus.
Okay.
Take me there,
Okay.
dolphin.
Chuck, Dennis, I cannot thank you enough for your escort. But I believe the time is coming that we shall have to say goodbye to you. I'm saying this in common. And...
I translate.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So I think Chuck and Dennis like kind
It's
of.
very limited. It's basically like it says thank you.
Yeah, I think Chuck and Dennis like nose bump you, and they're out. Yeah.
They're out.
I think he like bows,
Deuces.
not knowing what the custom is with dolphins.
Yeah. As you guys are kind of like making your way here,
Oh.
I think you see this figure like striding forward, massive, towering, like seemingly even like taller than the apparatus itself. And he like steps into the edge of the light. He would be back here a little bit. I'm sorry. He's on like the stairs. Stepping into the edge of the light, you see like he's walking with his feet on the step-onable platform. These like frills of fins rising up around him. Coral kind of armor arrayed about his form. And taking one look at him, you realize very quickly that he's huge and he has 4 arms. And so he's like holding like this trident in one of them, and his eyes like go wide. You could see he's like looking around. He's clearly in like a state of alarm, and you think like, oh, the Triton must have just like gotten down here, and like he's like looking now to see if anyone else is sneaking up. And as he sees you, he points, and this like bubbling kind of like rolls up around his mouth as he growls in Sahagwin, which I don't think any of you speak, right? Yeah, it's just like.
Is it like Aquin with an German accent?
No,
maybe.
no. It's like a whole nother dialect. Yeah.
What are you doing down here?
What are you doing down here?
Why have you come to
doing
mess with
down
our porter?
What were you thinking?
We're going to
The
hurt you
water
so
is very
badly.
cold.
And so I think he like points the.
I believe this is now canon.
I think he points to
Yeah.
Chinatown. You're like, you will regret your choice to come here. And I think like, yeah, we could probably roll initiative right about now.
Ah,
Yeah.
So is he like?
token?
Is it?
Is he
am I just using-
huge, large, huge, or like D&D huge?
Large, huge.
large, huge.
Am I just using my
Yes, let's go with that. Oops. What am I doing? I'm drawing lines.
Ooh. Okay.
Come on, Troy. Let's do this. Roll
Pretty
initiative.
good roll.
Hey, someone rolled well.
Dang.
Yes.
Someone else did not.
I did.
Oh,
It was
no.
Sister.
Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Okay, but I
Yeah,
think
no.
maybe
Yeah.
you rolled poorly.
Did my dolphin stay?
Well,
Get to roll initiative.
are you sending
Get
it
out
off?
of here, bro.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Okay,
I just wanted to see
It's
what was
not-
going to go on. I couldn't
it's
get
not
past.
letting my initiative go to the tracker despite me clicking on it multiple times.
Why you being a jerk, initiative tracker?
Because you're not on the platform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Jeez.
Let me move over.
I've added you in there, Jake. You should be able to manually like update it now.
Done. Now,
That guy and yeah, one of these. Okay, so bunch of initiatives have occurred. Lux.
Yeah.
You're like chomping at the bit, like leaned forward over the levers of this thing. The light kind of beaming, refracting out into the light in front of you. You see this four-armed monstrosity point the trident at you, like reaching back with the other two arms to pull another weapon. And you may act. What do you want to do?
So what is my walking speed?
Your apparatus move speed is 30 feet. 30 feet of swimming. Can run or swim at 30 feet.
Oh, I can kind of get there, but not really. Okay. So yeah, Lux will just kind of just charge forward, get up as close as she can. Gosh, I guess that I can't really do much, huh? Here's a question. A creature that I can see within range. Can I cast Hunter's Mark on this thing?
Absolutely. Yep.
Heck yeah, okay.
As you
Lux
like
use a bonus
shove
action?
the lever forward and it's like, are you walking or swimming?
I think she's walking.
Yeah.
Just like for the...
I think we're seeing like algae and sediment kick up off the step-onable platform. It's like surging around you as it goes. The light's kind of like wobbling with each step, right? And you like focus out your energy through the glass of the cabin, casting Hunter's Mark on this guy. That's your bonus action. That's your movement. You have an action.
Guess he's probably out of reach, huh?
He's just out of reach,
Yeah,
but you can hold an action.
Yeah, I think she will hold her action to snap pincher.
Okay. If he
Also,
comes
just
in
to
your
clear it
range.
up now, it says each extended claw makes the following attack. So do I get like multi-attack with the claws?
Yeah, it'll be 2 attacks, yeah. But the readied action will only be 1. Otherwise, you would get 2. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And so with that, as he's like turning back like, invaders! We see another like Sagwin come like swimming out over here, and it like is going. Oh yeah, I mean, this feels a little bit too obvious, maybe.
Does the apparatus have AAC or hit points?
No, it's very hot in there.
It's very hot in there.
Roll down the windows.
Got a little tiny swamp cooler in the corner.
Jake very fully got the joke initiative on that one. Yeah, you should be able to see the actual sheet now. It has oops.
Ah, there we go.
So it's
Okay.
Let me double check myself. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought I had this guy all correct. But. Okay. Because it does have an AC, and I'm just double checking myself before we get too deep into this. 1 second.
If it's as written, I could tell you what it is, but it's up to you.
It is as written. AC 20, 200 hit points.
200 hit points.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just.
So I'm in.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
Cool.
You have continual flame with you, right, Reginald?
I have one. Yeah, he has one open and exposed, but he cannot cast another one.
No. Actually, with Lux 40 feet away, I'm out of that range of light.
Yeah, I think the continual flame is a limited range though. So give me a second to double check what it should be.
15.
Because I ain't got no torch going on down here. Underwater. It is blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's the equivalent of a torch. Okay.
Okay, so I think as we see this other Sahagwin come swimming up kind of in the shadows at the edge of your vision here, Lux, you see it twist its hand, and this watery glowing sword appears next to the apparatus and is going to cleave at it as he casts spiritual weapon.
Heat metal.
15, that's going to be a miss, and then it's going to fire a guiding bolt at the ship as well. I should have done that in reverse, and I'm burning a 3rd level spell slot for this with the total miss. Yeah, it swims out over here, hurling these spells at the apparatus, and I think we see this beam of this green light come firing off and just deflect off of the exterior of it. That's its turn. Rhea, you're up on 16.
Before I do something, I was gonna cast Bless, but I don't think I have Holy Water, which is the component I need, right?
You could have had holy water for sure. This is not an expensive, hard thing to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I think I need to be within 30 feet of everybody I'm casting it on.
Reginald also collected holy water at Malpiety Prime, so if Rhea ever needed some.
Yeah, you sure did.
Right. All right, so I'm going to cast Bless on everybody, all 3 of you. So you get a D4 on your attacks and your saving throws. And then you're going to use a spiritual weapon. I'm going to use a spiritual weapon. I'm going to use one to attack. Chomper's going to attack the big guy up front.
Of course you are.
Yeah. Or should I do it at the one that just pulled out its own spiritual weapon? No, I'll do the big guy. Oh, that's a 9.
9 is going to be a miss.
9.
I used, I think 15 feet of movement, so I'll move up another 15 feet.
Okay.
That's my turn.
And you come striding up upon the step-onable platform. Jake, you're up on 11. The cloak out beside you, and this huge kind of manta ray on your back.
Is the light from the apparatus, it's almost like a bullseye lantern, I'm assuming it's unidirectional, it's not a halo?
I think it's refracting in the water in all directions.
Okay. I'm going to swim 60 feet to the big guy and attack.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
think I measured it. It was like 55
Yeah, you're
feet
good.
away.
As the cloak like surges around you, and Jake, you come like racing up towards this thing. You see the form of like the spectral turtle chompers conjured by your ally Rhea here, like closing in on this guy. Go for it.
2 turtles.
And he is swinging his warhammer and.
Tale of 2 dice right there.
Jiminy.
Chili's.
Jake.
That's a Chili's roll.
I almost did the exact same move that the other one did and cast Guiding Bolt in that guy. You would have had advantage.
You
learn from my
Jake,
mistakes.
I think despite your ability to wield your warhammer deftly under this water with the swim speed granted to you by the cloak of the manta ray, you are not equipped for this yet. And I think you come like racing up, right? Like woo, this like huge overcompensating like swing, and just like miss wildly as it's like he looks back at you. That's your action, Jake, and your movement.
And done.
Bonus action, nothing else. Okay.
Nope.
Which will bring us to the
Well, it's been like it feels like it's been like 5 months since I've played. Let me just make sure that there's nothing.
It's been a second. You got bees. You got ranger spells. Hunter's mark.
Where are the bees?
That's a bees.
Underwater bees.
There is.
I'm good.
Okay. There is like this like small cloud of bees like creating these little bubbles in the water probably around them. Like, Professor, your turn.
Okay, can you just reset for me a second as like Roll20 was reloading? Sure. We have these guys riding sharks.
Yeah.
Did I hear that
think,
correctly?
Professor, as you are in the back and your friends have come barreling forward, you see these 2 Sahagwin clutching the like dorsal fins of sharks, kind of like ducked low over, that have like turned their attention back and are kind of closing in on this battlefield. So you have 2 Sahagwin on sharks, you have the big 4-armed guy, and then there's one kind of floating off to the side that's conjured some magic.
The one that conjured magic was not the armed guy?
No, not the 4-armed guy. It's the kind of smaller one off on the edge over here.
Yeah, okay. Yikes, okay.
Yikes indeed.
I think Reginald is going to yeah, okay. I think Reginald is going to point at the large Sahagwin. He's going to spot the sharks and just kind of like lean over to Rhea and say, I am not feeling great about this. And then kind of like poke his head around the apparatus, point at the large Sahagwin, and say, I once defeated a fish like you. It was this big. And he's gonna cast Vicious Mockery. I don't know. I got nothing. So he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, the big boy.
The big boy with the Wisdom saving throw.
On a DC 15.
Eight. That's fail.
So it's a 2 psychic damage, and it will have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Oh, thank the sweet.
Yes. Thank the bees. And I think bonus action, nothing. Is that right? Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. Professor, that was your turn. With that, the Baron is going to go. This 4-armed Sahagwin, like, turning in at Jake, like, kind of like,
attack the other turtle.
Smiling as it looks at you. With that, it's going to punch out at you with the trident, 2-handed, Jake. 23.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, though.
Disadvantage, forward 15. That doesn't hit.
Correct.
So he swings with the trident.
Consider yourself mocked.
his gaze lingering on the professor as he like stabs out at you, and you kind of twist your shell, deflecting the 3 prongs of this trident. With that, one of the free hands like grabs for your head, Jake. 18.
Yes.
And then his mouth, like as you like kind of wheel out of the way of these claws, his mouth like is just like coming right at you to try to take a bite. 26.
Oh,
brutal.
yeah, that'll. Well, first of all, I'm upset that the 26 isn't like nat 20 roll, because that means he could go higher.
Yeah.
I'll say this: it's a 19, so don't panic. 10 points of piercing damage as he bites you on the top of your head, like looming over you. That's that guy.
Cool guy.
On 6, the like shark riding Sahagwin come like racing in, flanking on either side. Actually, they come hit you guys like this into the back line. So for Rhea, one of these guys punches out with the spear, one-handed. And then for the professor, critical one. Rhea, you have your trident in hand?
Yeah.
I think that you like shoved the trident up and like hooked the spear tip, twisting it, and the one on the left like loses his weapon. The spear like wrenching out of his hand and kind of clattering off the platform before it starts floating down below. He's left weaponless. Professor, you easily are able to kind of like avoid this wild stab as they look a bit crazed coming at you on these sharks. And with that, the sharks go. So a bite for Rhea and a bite for the professor. They each have advantage because of pack tactics. Rhea, that's a miss. Professor, 16?
It would be. However, I think that the professor just instinctively like punches it in the nose based on what he has, and he uses his arcane deflection
Yes.
to add +2 to his AC.
Excellent. That thing has finally come in handy with that.
Finally.
You punch, like driving this like spectral barrier up as you like whack the shark in the nose, deflecting the attack. That's on 6. Professor is safe. Rhea is safe. Lux, you're up on 25.
Okay, so I think Lux like, takes the one step forward and with her little claws.
Pop!
Pop. So, okay, here's a question. Is it like my action and bonus action for the multi-attack, or is it just an
It's
action?
just your action. Yeah, you shove the lever and the thing like grabs with both claws.
Great. So this is
So let's parse it. It's your action to flip 2 levers. Move forward, claws.
Yeah.
Right? That's your action. Yep.
Yes. So I can use Planar Warrior as my bonus
Yeah,
action.
you could.
Okay. Planar Warrior as my bonus action. And yeah.
And he's got Hunter
plus.
Mark and Planar Warrior. Go for it. 2 attack rolls. You should be able to roll right off the sheet, I think, right? Yeah,
Yes.
23 hits.
Yeah, okay.
And does the apparatus get blessed or just Lux?
Just Lux, I think.
Could only be 3 creatures anyway.
Yeah. 9 point. You want to give it damage or you want to grapple it, right? You want to damage.
I do. Is it or?
Yeah, it's an
because on the
or.
other sheet it says if it's a hit.
So you have 2 options when you push the claw lever. One is like a damaging attack. One's a grappling attack, right?
I see. So I could grapple with one and hit with the other, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll grapple him with the first one.
Okay, you grab him. He's held. He's grappled.
Great.
The claws like kind of
And-
wrenching around him.
Yeah.
Avec avantage. Let's do
And
it.
again.
At advantage, right? Is that right? No, just grappled, not
He's
restrained.
just grappled, not restrained. That's a miss.
Yeah.
The second like claw like going to slam closed, that I think his trident like drives up, pushing it away. He's very strong, and he's like as big as the apparatus itself, right?
So I also Lux knows tactical maneuvers, and Taylor didn't really think about this, but Lux definitely would have. Could I have gone like jumped over the top of him to get on the other side?
You could
So I
have,
could be
but I
flanking
think
with
you
Jake?
didn't, and so it's next turn.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm coming in hard. I'm not going to be too compassionate. Yeah. Next time. You're so excited at this thing, you couldn't even think to like do anything but barrel into it, but just
Well,
like
I think at the end of her turn, she will
move.
jump over.
Okay. While you're like holding him, you like start to like rotate around him. Lux, that's your turn. This guy goes. I think it floats back a bit. The spiritual weapon here next to Jake is going to cleave down at him. This like watery sword chopping down at you, Jake.
Yep.
13.
I forgot that wasn't our. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
That was the
Totally sucks anyway. And then second level spell slot. I keep doing this backwards. I got to learn how to cleric. It's going to fire a guiding bolt at you again with the second level spell slot. 13. No dice.
Was this both? Were these at me?
Yeah.
And who did this come from?
This guy who's floating off here on the edge. Him. That's his turn. Raya, you're up on 16.
Let's try to charm a shark. Can I make a nature? This is just a regular shark.
They're regular
not
sharks. Yeah.
Okay, I will present my holy symbol and
Terrifying,
has to
huge
make
beasts. Just
has to-
absolutely vicious. Sorry.
has to make a wisdom saving throw. A DC 15.
Okay.
It's my action. Okay, the one to my actually
Each
well,
beast or plant you can see within 30 feet of you, friend Raya.
Oh, yeah.
20! So you get the one to your left. The one to your right is not charmed.
Okay. Cool. And I'll have Chomper's attack
Okay.
as my bonus action.
Got it. The Spectral Turtle floating near this like forearm Sahagwin Baron. 17 will hit.
Ooh.
Nice for 10 points of force damage. Chompers next to you, Jake. Turtle and turtle, shoulder to shoulder. His like little force mouth bites into the shoulder of this guy. Raya, that's your action. Bonus action. You got movement.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay here, but I'll tell the shark to swim to the surface.
Oh, that's hilarious. And I think it's like, Raya, that's your turn. Jake, you're up at 11, 1-7. Yeah.
Well, I guess that because I'm flanking, I will attack. Swinging the Warhammer. 22.
22 hits.
Nice.
For 5 whole points of bludgeoning damage.
Bees.
Thank you.
No problem.
Don't forget the bees, Jake.
What about the
Not
bees?
the bees.
Where are the bees? Where are the
no,
bees,
not the
Jake?
bees. No, that's.
As he hits them with the Warhammer, these bees come out of his shell. They're not actual bees, they're like arcane bees or something. And they do 3 points of piercing damage.
Glimmering magi bees.
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure they are technically
Fey spirits.
intangible nature spirits that have bonded themselves to me.
Intangible. I still think there's like this perpetual kind of effervescence floating up around Jake as the little like insubstantial bees are like creating insubstantial bubbles.
Yeah, those bubbles are from the bees.
So cute.
Jake, that's your action. Is that a bonus action to do the bee thing? You got anything else? Movement?
Oh, wait. Actually, let me check on one thing.
Sure.
No, it's not as if I hit, they take action.
Okay. Got it. Professor, you're up.
So because I used my arcane deflection, I cannot cast any spells other than cantrips this round.
Okay.
So instead, I think Reginald will reach back behind him and unleash the spear that was given to him and two-handedly stab it at a shark.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Okay.
Whilst blessed.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's a regular attack, even though we're underwater, because it's a spear.
It is, correct. 23 hits. You're going for the shark, you said?
Oh, shark.
Yeah, got
it.
I
mean, he's not messing
no,
around.
No,
with
I hear you. You hit.
Sahag one. Okay, that's a 3. And is there anything else I can do? I don't think so. I think he like looks back at Rhea and sees like Rhea's just like talking to the shark.
Yeah.
It's like, what on? That's my turn.
Okay.
The betrayal.
Yeah. How dare you?
So the Baron goes.
Is the Baron the spellcaster?
The
or
four-armed guy. He's the four-armed guy. Okay. He's going to try to break the grapple. God, I hope I don't roll bad. 21, which he does. Yanking himself out of the grip of the crab, he like pulls himself back. You can make an opportunity attack against him with the crab.
Yeah.
As can you, Jake.
Can I grapple him again?
Let's say no for the sake of clarity here.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you guys think? Should she be able to grapple him again? Probably, I guess.
I think it's considered a melee attack, right? Or it's like, can you grapple as your reaction?
I think that's what I'm going for. I think like you could try to like he already has pulled himself out, right? So it's the like grab, like he's moving already, and you're able to kind of get a piece of him. So go for it. Roll damage with your planar warrior and your hunter's mark.
Yes.
Jake hits him for 9 bludgeoning and 5 piercing for the bees.
Okay, minus 11 from the claw and minus. Give it to me one more time, Jake. 14, 5 and 9.
Yes, 14.
Okay, you guys both like catch a piece of him. The warhammer like crushing into his hip. The serrated claw of the apparatus like catching the side of like one of his arms as he surges back. Yeah.
And his movement is reduced to 0.
What?
Because of Sentinel.
Oh, of
Sentinel,
course.
yeah.
Of course.
Oh.
Feedy turtle.
I hate Sentinel so much. So he gets to hear and does nothing effective. What a useless turn. With that, the Sahagwin go. Rhea, you can take an attack of opportunity against the Sahagwin on the shark as it swims for the surface.
Yeah, I'll do that with the trident.
You go for it. 12 is going to be a hit. That's your AC.
Oh.
Hit.
Good thing it's a +1 trident. It's one-handed, so it's on the left.
Got it. -6. You like catch him with the trident as the shark starts like surging away, and I think we see the Sahagwin like he's like yelling like what are you doing? We need to keep fighting, and he throws himself off the like back of the shark, like swimming back at you, where he's gonna try to like just take a stab at you here, two-handed with the spear.
Sure. Got an attack of opportunity against him.
Miss. 11 is going to be a miss, and then he tries to bite now that he's off the back of the shark and he gets in close with you. 13 is another miss. And now Professor on your side. This guy tries to stab you with the spear, and the shark tries to get a bite of you. The shark's at advantage.
I shall cast shield.
Okay.
You cannot bite me. And now that I have a 16 plus 5, it's just good
You
enough.
see those like gray lips recess as the teeth emerge in that like almost alien way that shark jaws do, and they hit almost like on the side of the aquarium, right on the clear, like impenetrable wall of the shield.
But I think it's like much more. It's like quite literally a reaction from Reginald, where he's like, "Ah!"
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
As it's coming,
yeah.
he still almost falls backwards.
The
With
somatic component of flailing.
really,
Yes.
with that, as we come to the top of the next round of combat, the Sahagwin is like chanting in this strange language as my cats swarm me, and
Just to clarify, is the big guy still down near us?
yeah,
Okay.
and you guys see like up around you, like kind of flowing
Went
into
away.
the water, it begins to like grow opaque. The haze around you starts to grow red, like there's almost like this blood kind of permeating the water around you, sediment like kicking up all about, and yeah, with that transition, Lux, you're up.
Can you move the big guy back to where he should be?
Well, he like took a step, like you hit him with Sentinel. You only get the attack on him
Right.
as he steps out.
He looked
of
like
range.
on my view, he looked to be like 60 feet north of me.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was it was that way on mine as well, but it looks like it's fixed now.
Okay.
Yeah, it just fixed itself.
Yep.
Also, Rich, I think that I could be wrong. Did you forget to attack me with the Sahagwin?
No, I missed.
Or you did and you missed?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you did and you
I
missed.
missed.
I apologize.
They stink.
What about the spellcaster who'd been attacking me?
He goes
Different
after
turn.
Lux. Yep.
Oh,
We got it.
Rich
Gotta
just got
keep
it.
it on the
Thank
up
you
and
guys
up.
for your help, but I am
You did it.
tracking. I'm tracking. I'm tracking.
DM, are you hitting us hard enough? We're not. Yeah.
We'll find out.
Oh,
So
Lord.
yeah, Lux, I will just take a step back or step towards the guy. And yeah, try and hit him with the claws.
Okay, go for it.
you're not flanking.
No, I'm not flanking. 13.
13's a
Probably
miss,
miss.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
20
20?
hits.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Take that. Yeah, I'll take the dirty 20. So 7 and then 5 and 7.
7, 5, 7. Wow. Freaking Lux laying into this thing as one claw like snaps while he's like swimming and kind of surging around, and the second one like grabs him low on his leg, like blood like gushing crimson into the water around you, very clear. Lux, that's your action, that's your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. This guy goes, he's going to cast six creatures choice within the right. Yep. I think he swims to like here, and let me just double check myself. Yep. Yeah. It casts Mass Healing Word. As a bonus action, everybody gets back 5 hit points on their
Including me?
side. Nope. Negative. You see like the wound on the shark in front of you kind of healing a little bit, Professor. This guy also, where are you going here? Here we go. Okay. And then that was its bonus action. It can't use its spiritual weapon. It still has a third level spell. So yeah, it's going to throw a guiding bolt back here at you, Rhea, as it sees like you're the one kind of matching it, casting all these spells. And so it's going to cast guiding bolt at 3rd level for Rhea.
Oh, that hits.
20!
I want to be 5th level so bad right now.
This is
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the damage.
Bring it on.
This is going to be
Like
rough.
guiding bolt just did 25 points of damage.
Nope, it did.
Oh,
way
it's gonna be
more than
worse.
It
that.
did more.
Oh shit.
42.
Okay, do the math for me.
42.
What? Oh yeah, down.
Rhea
Gosh.
drops as this green beam streaks from the back, hammering into her, like light kind of like radiating around her as she glows. And I think, Professor, you see the Sahagwin like standing over her, like grin. Yeah.
Bless is concentration, so everybody loses bless.
Okay. That was brutal. I'm really like shocked and terrified.
Too good, too good.
That was the Baroness. It's going to move, or the Priestess rather. It's going to move back a bit, swimming away from the lot of you. This grin on its face. Rhea, you're up. I need a death saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Is there a place to do it? I've never done it. You know
So
this?
right on your sheet is a box for death saves, and if you click it, it will automatically roll. Yep.
Yeah, that's a bad one. Close. Very
bad
close to an even a really bad one.
With a 2 on the death saving throw, Rhea, you have 1 failed.
Yeah.
Jake, you're up on 11. As you like your friend behind you drops from the force of this spell.
I have nothing that can help her.
Am I the only one on
That's
the
too
other
bad
one
because
on the
Rhea
team
would
that
love
has
to be
healing?
saved by a turtle.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guiding bolts crits
And
are
you're in
brutal.
the thing.
I'm in the
And it's exactly
thing.
the reason we should have given you Misty Step. Giving you the Ion Stone. It's like the exact reason to do it. It's like, anyway, whatever.
When I just close roll 20, god damn it.
I am.
Who's got the ring of the whale?
Yeah.
Rhea.
Rhea does, doesn't he?
Does it have a thing?
No, it's not going to help you.
It brings you back to 1 HP.
It's not going to help you. I'm sorry, Rhea.
I would. So Jake's going to. Let's see. Just do some measurements here. Well, no, I can't do that.
Guys, it's fine.
Jake is going to seeing Rhea fall. He would swim over and try to stop the bleeding underwater, or whatever he would try to tend to her wounds.
Oh, you're going to try to stabilize her with like a medicine check? Okay.
Yeah.
Let us have you make a medicine check, I think, here. You don't have a healing kit, right?
Nope. 30-20.
Okay.
Nice.
As you like come surging over with the cloak kind of like driving you at this incredible speed, you catch Rhea as she's like floating, right? The trident kind of like floating like next to her for a moment, and you're able to like grab her quickly, like pulling her around, like trying to like staunch the flow of like blood from this wound. And yeah, you manage to like stabilize her. So Rhea, you're at 0 hit points.
Okay.
Not dying. Jake, that's your action. You still have some movement and a bonus action.
I'm quickly looking at a couple things here. Yeah, I have a couple. I will try. Can I set her down? Like, there's really no good place to set her down other than where she's at, I guess. So,
you can move her. You would just go at half move speed if you want to like swim away with her, and you'll take an attack of opportunity if you know, or he can try to hit you with an attack of opportunity if you leave his range.
No, because Jake will cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action.
Oh, sick.
Which means he gets to move without taking attacks of opportunity.
Oh, sick.
He will set Rhea down here and will at this point I have to start thinking about movements. That's 35 feet. I've got like another 25 feet. I mean, he would try to flank.
You could get
The shark
25
quickly.
feet. You could get in that space to
Well,
flank.
yeah, but he doesn't want to like leave the. He will interpose himself between
Okay.
himself and
I dig it. Jake, that was 11-17. Professor, you're up. As you see Jake like racing over with this cloak, driving him, and he snatches Rhea up, like pulling her out of harm's way and kind of stabilizing her a little bit.
Yeah, I think like the professor like quickly like looks in like what he has upon him, and then looks over at what Rhea has upon her, hoping desperately to find some sort of healing potion, and not. So instead, I think he is going to move up to here briefly and yell to Lux, "We need you now!"
I'm coming.
And turn his attention to the spellcaster who took out Rhea, firing a chromatic orb of lightning at 2nd level.
Sick.
And because he's in melee range, it would be a disadvantage. But he is going to use his clockwork amulet to guarantee a 17 to hit.
Oh, sick. So with that, the decoder like wheel coming up, the like scintillating like electric ball fires out of it, lightning like arcing as it goes in this trail surging through the water, while your other hand like touches this clockwork amulet, cleverly acquired by one Doc at the Waroto Emporium, formerly owned by Zrock's Fool Belter. And with that, a 17 will hit. You can go ahead and roll damage on this guy.
Okay, it would have hit anyway, but 2nd level lightning damage. That's terrible.
That is really unfortunate. As we see like this, when it goes off, I think you have a moment of like, oh my word, because it creates like this pulsing kind of AoE as it hits him, but there's nobody else around. Nonetheless, he takes 10 points of lightning damage from your chromatic orb.
And then I will move back to interpose myself. Yep.
Wow.
That's it.
Look
That's
at these like big guys, the turtle and the gift queue, like standing in front of their fallen furbolg. I love it. Love to see it. Professor, that was your turn. The Baron is up. It like wheels on you, Lux, like furious at this point. And I think it like knows well enough to like not be bothered messing with this thing. It's kind of over like dealing with you. You could take an attack of opportunity at him as he swims away.
Sorry, this was at me?
No, at Lux.
At Lux, sorry.
5 plus you got Hunter's Mark.
Sorry, I wasn't there to sentinel him again.
No problem.
Oh shit! Here he comes.
He takes 12 points of damage as like he leaps like coming down, and he like stabs with the trident. I think for you, Professor, as he just saw you blast his like cleric. He's not having that. Trident 15.
Does not hit.
Okay, then he's
anymore.
Gonna swipe a claw at Jake off to his right. 11 is going to be a miss. The like bracers kind of coming up and blocking it, and then he's going to try to bite you, Professor. Ooh, are you down below full hit points?
Me?
Yeah, either of you two.
No.
You're at full hit points, Jake. Not hit yet.
Oh, I thought you said down below. Okay, yes, I have been hit.
Okay, so he would add advantage on these attacks. He's in like a blood
in the
frenzy,
water.
right? So his claw does hit you, Jake, for 12 points of slashing damage.
But when he attacks the professor with the trident, I attack him with sentinel.
Oh!
Oh.
So he like drags his claws across like your arm, like blood more like spilling all around you. The sharks and the Sahagwin crazy, and you lash out. 18 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Just have to check one thing really quick. Okay, we will judge that later. Okay, 9 bludgeoning, and then the bees pierce him for 2.
Jake, what's it look like as you decimate this 4-armed monstrosity of a Sahagwin Baron?
I hit him with the warhammer, and he like just kind of like dazes, and then there's a lands on his nose and stings him. Atomic bee sting.
True blood in the water as like he like just kind of like bursting backwards away from Jake. That was his turn, which brings us to the actual Sahagwin. This one.
So
Yep.
So I don't actually take the 12 points of damage because I attacked him with the trident attack.
No. Oh, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah, fair enough. Order of operations. Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Benevolent DM.
I am mostly being a benevolent DM. Yeah. I could say those things are like happening at the same time. Like I kind of think they were, but yeah, that's fine. With that, the Sahagwin go. This one, like roaring as you have like killed the Baron, like punches out at you, Jake, with the spear 2-hand. No, it dropped its spear. He tries to bite you and claw. He has advantage on both attacks. 20! Jake. You can take 7 points of damage from the bite. Another 3 from the claw. That's 10 from this guy in front of you.
Touche.
As he like rotates around. And then we get to this one on the far side who's going to try to get you, Professor, while he's still on the shark. 18.
I shall cast shield again.
And the shark will bite with advantage. 8 is a miss. Professor just kind of like frantic. Like they can't get a piece of you. That's their turn. Lux, you're up on 25.
Okay. Yeah. So here's my question. I can use my action to like move the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one lever.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I could use another one to open it.
Sure.
And then can I use is my movement the thing's movement, or can Lux move independently?
I'll give you your independent movement, but let's treat it like a mount where you'll take half your movement to like get out of it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. So yeah, Lux is just going to use this to get herself over.
So you like shove forward on the lever, the like apparatus like heaving up off the stairs, driving back towards your allies.
Yeah. I guess here or here.
Okay.
And then yeah, she will open the hatch.
And then you flip another lever and suddenly like and water like comes like surging into the back of it, like filling up quickly. It's coming up around your legs as you like throw yourself out of the seat and dive out the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it like staying in place? Like, is it like just chilling?
Yeah. It like moves its movement rate, right? And then like kind of stops the lever, like you could pull back. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, Lux is gonna get to Rhea and just.
I like the worry was whether it was going to sink to the bottom of
Yeah,
the ocean,
yeah.
right?
Nope,
Yeah.
nope. It's gonna float. It's floating.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
definitely...
Lux is just gonna get protectively over Rhea, preparing to get her back up. next time.
Yeah, I am like sitting here thinking. I think it is gonna like keep moving forward though is the trouble because you threw the one lever forward, then you pulled the other lever to open the back. Those are your two levers on your action, right? So I think it will keep moving.
But like normally on my turn I would like put it back to like set it. I don't keep just moving forward.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I guess.
I'll put it back to neutral.
So you like leap out, getting Nerea. Go for it.
Yeah. So Lux is just protectively over Rhea,
Mm-hmm.
just chilling there because that's all I can do. So.
Rich, remember when you said it's been like this many years since you've been wanting to put this item in, and then we're like, yeah, but like this is how it's good. You're like,
oh yeah,
I regret giving you this.
Crunchy.
I regret giving you the barrel.
It could get even more crunchy, right? We could play the like 90 degrees,
Yeah,
90 degree
yeah,
turn.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could be like very litigious about this, but I'm not like I'm not, I'm perfectly happy.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So what just happened? What are you doing?
That's it. I just am gonna just stand over.
Okay, because you
Rhea.
used your actions
Use your
to
action
shove
to
layers.
I need my
levers.
action. Yeah.
Got it. That brings us to the priest, who's gonna like fall back a bit. I think that the spiritual weapon comes like surging forward in between Jake and the professor. I think that it's gonna go for probably the professor. As you hit it with this like chromatic orb, and it does not love that. 20.
My AC is still 21 because of shield.
Wow, the like spectral sword like cleaving down to no avail. We're tapped on third level spell slots. It's gonna fire a guiding bolt at Jake, a straight up first level guiding bolt.
Which again would have been good to do before.
Yeah,
How do I
but
clear
it's like splitting. So 21, does that hit you, Jake?
It does.
Okay, you catch 13 points of radiant damage, Jake.
How's Jake looking?
1 second. Yeah, Jake's down.
No! Oh my gosh!
Uh-oh.
Stop!
Escalating.
So stressful.
We're escalating.
No. No.
That was its turn, and it's like swimming back up here towards the altar. Rhea, you're up. You're at 0 hit points. You're not dying, but you're unconscious. You don't need to do anything, but you can't do anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a great turn.
Yep. It's
Sound
not
like
bad.
a villain.
Jake, you're down and bleeding. I need you to roll a death save.
I'm at 0 hit points.
Oh. Well, that's remarkable.
Oh, wait. No, wait. But in 5th edition, you never go negative anyway. So if I went right to 0, do I still
You're down.
make the death save?
Yeah.
I think you just.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't tell what the answer is. I'm hearing
Yes.
like okay, because I'm
That's up
seeing.
to Rich, obviously, but
Yeah.
Because Rich was shaking his head no, but I thought he was saying yes, and I was very confused.
I was shaking my head like I don't remember. I have to actually read it. I should, but like the specific I'm exactly at 0 hit points is pretty rare, you know.
Well, yeah, because it's like you don't go negative, so you're always at 0.
Uh-huh. Oh wait, how about this? When you start your turn with 0 hit points, you must make a special death saving throw. So you got to make a death save. Yep.
Yep. Well, or fail it as I did.
Mm-hmm.
The sigh of the only healer. Standing. Well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And so Rhea's stable. Rhea and Jake. Professor, you're up.
I think the professor steps forward, trying to catch the attention of all the Sahagwin that are there, including the arcane spellcaster,
Mm-hmm.
and say, "You are outnumbered, and you will be defeated. If you surrender now, we may spare your life. But let me give a brief sense of what sort of fury we can bring upon you. And he's going to try again. How far is the spellcaster wigging out, or is he just getting farther away?
Yeah, he doesn't look thrilled as the or he's just getting further away. If you mean, is he like trying to like flee the battlefield entirely? Like he's just swimming further and further away, right? He's like right at the edge of your vision. You should be able to see him, right?
I cannot, so we can make of that what we will. I don't know if there's any like bioluminescence here, but
he's exactly like
right
60 feet from you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can just make him out at the edge of the vision from the apparatus's light. Yeah.
Yeah. I got this guy standing over Jake.
I thought you were just making like a persuasion roll.
Well,
like unconscious Rhea
I was hinting
eyes.
at an intimidation roll,
Yeah.
but I am also feeling like I can't use my action for that. I need to attack. Okay, Lux is over top of Rhea. I think I need to move. God, I hate this. Yeah. Okay.
This is a tough thing.
I'm
going to
move
here, yeah.
over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
So let's litigate that, and then we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. $17 misses. You still have shield up, right?
It's the start of my turn that it stops, so it does hit.
Okay.
I think he takes it.
Take 9 points of piercing damage as the shark takes a bite out of you from behind.
Yeah, I think Reginald gets bit in the ass by a shark finally.
Finally.
Does the Sahagwin attack as well?
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's got his little one-handed spear. He's going to take a crack at you. 9 is a miss.
Yeah, that fails. So I think Reginald makes this, and I think he tries to just play it as cool as possible and stroll out of there and over top of Jake, and then just stare down the one Sahagwin standing over Jake, and he'll release a magic missile at 2nd level out of his bow tie.
Oh, sick. Okay. So it's 4 missiles.
For a total of 12 damage.
Yeah, they go streaking through the water, poof, 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 right? Almost like bullets, the water trailing behind them in these ripples. He looks pretty hurt, though he is still up, right? His attention's off Jake, though, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I can't get any sort of intimidation roll, can I?
I don't think so. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Yeah. We're in the heat of battle. Mm-hmm. That's all I can do.
Okay.
It's frustrating.
This guy here, he begins to float away dead. This guy here, he's going to try to stab you, Professor, with some advantage with his little spear here. Oh no, he doesn't have a spear. He dropped it.
I was going to say.
He bites and he claws.
No.
6.
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah, 17.
A 6 misses. A 17. I will use my arcane deflection.
Okay.
Why are they at advantage again?
Because they
blood in the water.
Anybody without full hit points, they're attacking at advantage.
Blood frenzy.
Yeah. Right.
And then I think this shark swarms in at you, Lux. The shark's going to take a bite at you. It's got pack tactics advantage. It's annoying. 9 is a miss, and then you're.
What's its pack?
The Sahagwin on its back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a dick. And then the Sahagwin will attack you. You're still at full hit points, Lux.
Yes.
Okay. And he's only making 1 attack around because he's riding on the shark. So he punches out with the spear. 18.
Yeah, it's my armor class.
Even with the +1 leather.
Oh no, my armor class is only 17 actually.
Oh, so no. He definitely hits
Just
you.
kidding.
So you take 7 points piercing damage as he punches you in the shoulder with the spear, and you're up on 25.
Yeah. Lux is going to use her action to heal Rhea.
Okay.
Ray is stable.
I need her up now
Yeah,
to heal people.
She can heal you.
She's got more spells. I'm sorry.
Rhea, your eyes
Freaking
open as you're like floating in the water. You see the trident kind of like laying where you fell, up next to Jake, who is also down. Blood kind of like rolling up in the water around him. Panic, you know? And so, Lux, that was your action. You have movement and a bonus action.
I think she's just going to stay there and kind of like defensively, you know, just be like, just like trying to distract it, right? She's like yelling at it, like, you know, waving her axes around.
Gotcha. With that, the priestess is going to go on 19. The spiritual weapon will cleave for you, Lux, as it sees now that you're the one like trying to help your friends. Does not like that one bit. 9, that sucks. It sucks. And then it's going to burn its last 3rd level spell slot and
Ain't no chompers.
try to cast a hold person on you, Professor. I need a wisdom saving throw.
This really sucks because I just used my react. No, did I? Yeah, I used my reaction on the
Use
other
it for arcane deflection, but it's a wisdom save. Ooh, Professor, you're held. You go rigid.
Yeah.
Rhea, you're up on 16.
Half my movement to stand up. Be prone. Move 10 feet. Cast Cure Wounds on Jake for 13 healing.
Jake, you like your eyes snap open and you see like Rhea leaning over you, holding you. The magic of Clancy, like giving you strength to fight on.
A spiritual weapon attack on the one attacking. Reginald. 9. No.
Brutal. Chomper swims in, like trying to get a piece of this guy to no avail. Rhea, that was your movement, action, bonus action. You got a little bit more movement.
No, I'm okay.
Okay, Jake, you're up.
You're on mute.
Sorry, I sneezed earlier. How
dare you?
I know. I can.
May Clancy bless you.
You did already. It just the spell went away. I can just make out the priestess. So Jake, as a bonus action, is going to cast. Zephyr Strike again. He is going to move and close ranks with the priestess and is going to attack.
Okay, the like magic surging around you, the cloak just like snaps as your consciousness comes back. You have to grab the warhammer up off the ground where it was next to you as you go, but like darting away like a manta ray. They come racing up on this priest. Go for it.
My Roll20 won't let me scroll down. Like I scroll down to my attack options, and then it scrolls all the way to the top again. I can't. Okay, don't. Stay there, freeze. Okay.
Sometimes it gets wonky on me too with like the auto.
You can guess hold sheet on it.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's what you need. Yeah. Cast paper weight. Oh, Jake, you're still like haven't quite gotten the hang of like motion with this freaking cloak, and you come like surging up, like swinging wildly at this Sahagwin that's moving like easily and fluidly in the water, avoiding your blow.
Oops.
Should have cast Cure Wounds at a higher level.
Professor, it's your turn at
No,
the end.
hang on. I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'm thinking.
Yep.
Um,
Continue thinking.
I am going to, with my remaining 10 feet of movement, kind of like back up slowly.
Yep. Nope.
Because of the Zephyr Strike. Okay.
Oh yeah, nice.
Okay. Professor, you're up. Your turn. You're paralyzed. At the end of your turn, you get a new Wisdom saving throw.
Huzzah.
17. Professor, you break loose of the magic effectively. Why does this guy keep coming back into the turn order? Okay. You are no longer held, which is quite fortunate as this guy does not have advantage on his attack now. Oh, yeah, he does because you're still down.
But he still does.
What a jerk.
Blood frenzy.
Claws. Bite. 18 on the bite.
Yeah, he takes it.
Okay, the claws go wide, the bite like clamping down on your shoulder. You feel these fishy teeth like drag against your tough flesh for 4 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, this shark behind you, Lux, like chomps down at your back. 23. Lux, you're going to take 7 points of piercing damage, and the Sahagwin punching with the spear.
How's Lux looking?
She's okay.
How's Reggie looking?
That's fine.
I think the Sahagwin punches with the
Jake's not
spear.
looking great.
Yeah, really. The Sahagwin punches with the spear for you, Rhea. I think that like he's like going to try to put you back down as he sees you moving again. 14 is going to be a miss. That's its turn. Lux, you're up on 25.
Okay, Lux is going to like kind of just like get around to like here-ish. I guess here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna float around, get over there. No. I don't think so. God damn it. There's so okay. I still would have disadvantage on my longbow, right? It's just always disadvantage.
You're disadvantaged because you're in melee range with this guy, but also just underwater with the bow.
Yeah, I would just be at disadvantage anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm just going to go for it. I think Lux is going to pull her bow and shoot for the priestess.
Oh, wow. Okay. Go for it. Attack roll with disadvantage. You want to use your bonus action to Hunter's Mark it?
No, I don't.
You like grab for your bow and you pull back, and the bowstring soaked with the ocean water just like breaks off the back of the bow like so much wet cat gut. That's your action. You got a bonus action.
No.
Okay.
That's it.
And I think that like as you do that, the spectral spiritual weapon rolls up on you, and it's going to attack you again. I'm tapped on those spell slots. 11.
Nope.
No dice. Okay. And with that, it's going to cast on itself a Cure Wounds.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's a bitch. Oops. Why is that not? My sheet's all messing up. I'm just going to do that because it's fast. Oof. That sucks. It heals itself a bit, Jake. That's its turn. Rhea, you're up on 16.
Is Guiding Bolt at disadvantage?
Nope.
Because
Magic.
Okay, I'm gonna Guiding Bolt the. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
120-foot range. You're in good shape. 24. the beam firing back, Rhea, for 14 points of radiant damage, illuminating this priest.
Next attack has advantage, and Clancy will attack the one near Jake. Or Reggie, sorry.
Near Reg, yeah, please.
Choppers
Please.
clamps
This
down.
one's not great, Bob.
For 10 points of damage, and with that, like so many times before, Chomper's just like, and you watch Reggie as like the Sahagwin's head is like crushed in front of you, like brains and blood and scales just kind of filling the water around you as like the Spectral Turtle floats. Like, Rhea, that's your action. That's your bonus action. You got movement.
Not gonna move.
Okay,
no.
Jake, you're up on 11.
Jake, don't get too far.
Fair point. Jake is going to come back to here. Yeah.
Okay.
And Jake is going to turn around and fire his freaking longbow
Okay.
at the priest.
Okay, go for it. With disadvantage.
advantage.
Oh,
No.
Straight roll.
standard roll, yeah.
Why?
So the longbow, it's like a disadvantage within normal range while you're underwater, but because he's been hit by a guiding bolt, you have advantage, so they cancel out. It's a normal roll.
What if I have another form of advantage?
They still cancel out. They don't like double stack. Yeah.
Never mind then.
Okay.
No, screw it. I'll still attack.
Okay. Straight roll. 13. Hits.
What?
Oh my goodness.
8 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
4 from the bees.
Didn't it?
1 from the Zephyr Strike.
Yeah, it does not look good, you guys. But it's still up. The arrow like racing, the burbling bees like carving around it, Jake. That's your action. That's your bonus action, is it, for the bees? And then you're moving. You got
Nope, it's a regular
so
part of the action.
you got movement.
Yeah, I'm good.
Professor, you're up on 11.11.
Not looking good, right?
Who? We missed that first thing.
Yeah, no, most of us.
The spellcaster not looking good.
Oh, definitely not. No.
I think the professor will now free to move about the cabin. Will stride forward on this walk-onable platform.
Step onable.
He will say, I gave you a chance to live. You have thrown that away. And so has your life. He will adjust his tie and cast Magic Missile.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
First level. 1, 2, 3.
And just like that, 14 points of damage, bringing it to a total of -10. Professor, what does it look like as these magic missiles pummel this guy to death?
Yeah, I think it is like a slow stroll forward, seeing that Rhea and Lux have now flanked this other creature behind. And I think what happens is they fly out of his tie and like swirl it with like turbulent water behind them, arcing around Jake, and like almost right after his arrow lands straight in the priestess, they explode.
And so as the
And Jake slowly actually raises his arms up like it's like a John Woo film, except instead of doves like kind of flying out from behind him, the magic missiles kind of like pass under his arms.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I think that as
a little too close for Rhea's comfort, to be
I
clear.
think that like as they do,
Probably given the professor's like tendency to fire things at Jake, probably a little.
Yeah,
closer.
true.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
Oh my God, not again! I think that as the Sahaglin's blood kind of spreads into the water around behind it, you see him like knocked back by the force of the arrow and the magic missile, and like just like that, you see this like swirling energy, kind of this vortex of water begins just behind him on this dais. Professor, that was your turn.
Yeah. How does Rhea look right now?
Don't have many hit points.
Okay, great. Professor's going to come back down into melee combat with the shark and try and pester the fish. I think emboldened by having taken out this priestess, he turns around and then walks forward to face the shark.
Okay. With that, they will go, the shark and Sahagwin behind. And I think as you having like done this thing, the Sahagwin's eyes like glare at you, and it spins over the top of the mouth trying to harpoon you. And the shark itself wheels at you trying to bite. So I have a 17 and an 8.
I will use my arcane deflection in order to make the 17 miss.
You got it. And with that, we are at the top of the round. Lux, as we are, before you act, I think you realize that light is like beginning to emanate, filling the space from the portal, which has apparently opened. And around you, you realize like motes of light are beginning to kind of like fill up underneath the space. The like blood kind of like clarifying out of the water. It is your turn. What do you want to do?
Okay, I guess, is it possible for Lux to get back to the apparatus and bring it over and do one attack?
It would take your full movement to go inside, and then you would have to like use your action to like slap the back closed, and like you won't be able to get it.
Do I have to close?
I guess
the back
you don't. Yeah, screw it.
Water?
Yeah, screw it. Yeah.
Just leave it open. It's fine. Probably get broken again. But...
Just flap open in the back, just freewheeling.
Yep.
Real draft.
Doc's gonna be annoyed. It's you come like surging forward and are able to like make an attack with it. Yeah.
I'm assuming. I mean, can I?
You can make both attacks because like you're using your action to drive it forward, and then you're using your other action to attack.
Oh, great.
With the other lever to attack.
Yeah, the other thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I get advantage with the professor?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, sure you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has its
All right.
attention on me.
All right. So the 2 attacks?
Mhm.
Okay.
23. Who are you going for? The shark or the guy?
One for the guy, one for the shark.
Okay.
And Lux will use her bonus action for Planar Warrior.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's for the guy.
18 on the guy.
Shark, 6. And I think, is it just once? Or
Planar Warrior, you only get once. Hunter's Mark, you get every time. I think.
The next time you hit, yeah. Yep. Okay.
But the Hunter's Mark isn't up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you hit him for 18, and then you hit the shark separately for 6. That is Lux's turn. The priestess is dead. Rhea, you're up.
Let's attack one-handed with the trident at the Sahagwin.
21 hits.
Nine.
Rhea, what's it
Wow,
look
that
like?
two-handed.
I know. What's it look like?
Oh, I think there's a lot of like fury in Rhea's, actions right now, and so just takes it and is gonna go right in the middle of his chest, like to get him and pull him off the shark.
And you yank him back off the shark, like snapping the thing, his body coming loose from the end.
And then Chompers will come over, and and occupy the same space as its other spiritual weapon, which I guess is it still up? And it'll attack 19 to hit the shark.
Hits.
For 8 force damage.
Okay, it looks pretty hurt at this point. Rhea, that was your turn. Movement, anything else?
Nope.
Jake, you're up.
Jake will swim around to the other side of the shark, flank it, and attack. 17. 19.
Hits.
Sorry.
Hits.
The Warhammer bludgeons it with 13, and the bees spiraling around the head of the hammer do 5 points of piercing damage.
And you crush its head, the bees kind of like surging around its eyes into its mouth, like blood pouring out of the mouth of the shark. And just like that, as light like fills the area around you, and you see these kind of this movement, these like glimmering fish starting to like close in and circle around, your enemies appear to be destroyed.
On his turn, the professor stabs the shark in the head, two-handed with the spear. Over and over.
Okay.
Takes 2 death saving. It's a 2 fails. It's death saving throw.
Yeah, the shark is not being healed.
And just like that, we're out of initiative, I think, you guys.
I forget. Did we want the portal to be glowing and open?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I believe so, but we should be wary.
I think Lux does. No, never mind.
Should we?
How's everyone looking?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
Were we supposed to do anything else?
No, I think we're supposed to just guard this now until they
come?
I guess. I don't know. They were going to chase them off. Should we, and then the ship was going to distract them. Should we use the sending stone?
Well,
I think the professor uses his action on the Pearl of Power to regain a spell slot, just in case, and then slowly approaches the portal as they pull out the sending stone.
Well, Rhea would do the same thing. Touch the Clancy necklace and regain a first level spell.
Okay. I think as the current picks up, the bodies of these Sahagwin, the defeated shark, are beginning to be carried out by the water. Yeah. A lot of you making your way slowly as you regain these spell slots. You start heading up, and I think from the distance now that the area is kind of lit by the glowing refracted blue light of this portal, you see the dolphin coming, Restran and hanging onto the dorsal fin as he comes, the spear trailing behind him. And he would break off the two of them kind of approaching towards you. And I think his eyes are wide. He's just he yells in the bubble surging up around his face I cannot believe it. Hundreds of years. I've never been this close.
Yeah. It's yours. And all the other Tritons.
Hopefully this makes up for when and then Jake trails off.
I think it was only fitting that the two of us went down in the fight. Killing the octopus, so
Bit appropriate,
fitting. Sometimes the dice.
Bit appropriate, eh?
Yeah.
I think that with that, Reese swims up to the portal, and he turns, looking back at you there are legions of them on the other side. But we've been waiting for this day. We've never been able to get this close. Not in all these years.
Legions of them on the other side.
Fear not.
But
We're
Can I please do an insight check?
Yeah.
Being ever insightful that I
I
am.
think he says to you, Ray, as like the professor's kind of scoping his intentions, he says, fear not, scion of Clancy. We are not without allies in the depths. We Triton are few, but we have spent our years protecting those who would come to our aid on this day. And I think he like raises this like conch shell, right, to his like mouth, and he blows, and these bubbles, and I think you guys hear that like reverberation. You feel the sound through the water, like echoing through you almost. And can I have you guys make perception checks?
I imagine I don't glean much from Mr. Peanut Butter Yogurt.
You don't. I don't think you have like
but
a
I will-
clear bead, right? The harrowingness of this whole experience. Okay. Everyone except for Reginald, whose attention is fixated on Mr. Peanut Butter Yogurt. You see amidst these motes of glowing like fish and flashing kind of like there's jellyfish, all these non-vertebrates with their bioluminescence are beginning to like rise up from beneath you around. But you see what looks like a half dozen massive shapes. Bigger than the apparatus, bigger than the Baron, not quite as big as the Dragonfly, but I think like Rhea, you would like recognize them first as they like come, and you see like these enormous sea turtles like rising up from the depths of the water around you as they like advance. And Reese just kind of like blowing on the horn. They continue to come, and he like then like calls out in Aquan. Who speaks Aquan? Jake and Rhea?
yeah.
I think so. You two understand these next words as they come, and he's like,
Attack the land dwellers.
eat them all.
Take out the hippo
They
first.
never see the surface again.
You killed my uncle.
Yeah, I think that like he turns like looking at like them as they come, these like huge turtles, massive each, like rising up, their flippers like cutting. These are not like slow creatures as they're here in the water surrounded. And he like lowers the conch shell from his lips, like turning and looking at them, and he says, we have waited centuries for this day. With me, my brothers. And I think he like turns looking back at you, Rhea, and the professor as you're kind of standing here in front of him, and he like he like extends his arm with the conch shell and is just like, take this. When you leave Cerelia, take it with you. Let those who you might find on the other worlds know that the Tritons here still fight.
Professor looks to Rhea.
Well, I'll take it. Yeah.
To you.
Actually, I
Jake,
give.
Jake goes to swim with the turtles. I mean, he's not going to not
Yeah,
approach
yeah.
them.
I was gonna say, give it to Regis. Like, it's okay. I'm staying here, so you can. And Reese, could you cast a spell on me
Here,
every
and
day
just
of my life?
take this and this and
Yeah, to all the stuff, the ring.
I'm never
Don't either.
leaving.
I'm out.
I found what I was looking for. That's the whole point of the trip. So this 6 giant turtles, and it has to be the answer.
And I think that he like.
Sorry.
I think he says,
I would say that you could die happy, but I would rather that not occur.
"You shouldn't die yet. You don't know what you've done. Just your coming here. You spilled the blood of a good soul, but you wouldn't be the first to strike wrong. I wish you well wherever you go next. Perhaps someday we will be reunited. You've given us a chance, and that's all that we could ask for. And so the turtles have kind of like surged up around you. And I think like a few of them are very clearly like interested in like Jake, you know. They're like blinking at you, like swimming with you in this whole thing. And like the ones on your side, Rhea, they're all kind of like, they are like watching, looking at you. And I think as you like make eye contact
Looking
with
at
them, I think they give you like one of these. Each one in turn like gives you this like tilting kind of like bow with its head. And with that,
Yeah.
Restrannon like gestures to the portal behind, and like one by one they swim in, vanishing. And he like lingers last, like thank you. I don't know how long you'll plan to stay here, but you've changed the course of our world. We have hope. Now I need to go. Make sure that their sacrifice is not in vain.
Well, they're going to sacrifice themselves?
Hopefully not, but the odds are not in our favor.
We could come help.
I do think Reginald is holding his action in case Rhea steps toward the portal.
I think Reese like swims himself back, and I think like he raises his hand like farewell, crew of the Dragonfly. You'll be remembered by the Tritons of Cerelia for what you did today. And he like
Good luck.
is sucked into the portal behind him.
Everybody we meet ends up in a portal. Have you noticed this? The A-list go through a portal? He went through a portal, right?
Yeah. He totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reesh.
Well, not the ones we killed,
True.
unless that's some sort of otherworldly portal.
Mm.
And so the dolphin rolls up. He's alive. He can see you. The dolphin.
Which one? Who is it? Which one is it?
It's Moonbrita, and she's like.
Thank you.
She sounds a lot like Waffle.
I
know.
Dolphins, dragons, you know.
No whales down here tonight, Bugbear, but there are dolphins. And so with that, you guys are like lingering down here about the portal, like these glowing fish kind of all around you.
Well,
should we
go?
Are you all okay? Is it?
Yeah, no. So we should go.
Hey,
But...
why don't you hop in the back?
Oh, it's full of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
It's fine.
breaking the door didn't even matter. Okay.
No.
Don't tell Doc.
I'll sit down though.
Yeah, speaking of, I think Lux is like, Doc, how's it going up there?
Not good. Not good at all. There's a lot of them. They're all over the place. We need better evasive maneuvers, okay? I'm willing to admit I'm
Okay.
good at a lot of things, but you're a better pilot.
Yep. I got it. It's okay. Listen, so we're done down here. We're going to try and make our way up. Can you, like, I don't know, scoop us up or something?
Son of a bitch, I should have thought of that. All right.
We'll meet you up at the top.
Grab us with our little legs.
It's so like that with that. Rhea into the back with Lux. You pull the lever. The apparatus begins ascending. Jake swimming like a manta ray. Professor, what do? You grab a hold of the apparatus? Like float back up with
No,
it?
I think the professor just kind of smooths out his jacket and just adjusts his bow tie, takes a deep breath, and then activates his boots of water.
Oh, dope!
Yeah!
I just imagine it's like an elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a Wonka.
It kind of is. So the professor ascending up past the apparatus, moving a little more slowly. And Jake, you're just like this, like bees. You're like a swarm of bees, circling around them as they go. And with that, I think that the camera fades to black. And we open back up. And I think we see the surface of the waves, white caps like crashing as they meet each other. And we see like boop as the gift queue, his suit and bow tie emerge, standing on the tops of the waves, rocking ever so gently. And Jake's head, boop, popping up like a turtle. As like slowly we see the like kind of surging bubbles, the apparatus like coming up and like floating on the waves. And in the distance, we see the like greenish glimmer of the front eyes that make the cockpit of the Dragonfly. The flashing of the sunlight off of like the green wings. And I think you hear Doc's voice in your mind, like, all right, we're going to try this, but I don't know how great it's going to work. As, like, it's getting closer and closer, dropping in, the legs, like, clamping down, like, grabbing into the apparatus itself, kind of dragging it. And Jake and the professor, I think you guys could easily, like, grab hold of the apparatus and like hang on to it, pulling yourself sort of onto the edges, holding on to like the legs, maybe even like sitting in the back as water is like pouring out of the back of it. The Dragonfly like pitching up in a way. And as you guys, the four of you, all kind of like looking back from the open air, wind like whipping past you, brine like filling your nostrils and like overwhelming the scent, I think you see this swarm of dinosaurs with Sahagwin, like kind of like far in the distance behind, like chasing you. And there's probably one moment with the sending stone of Doc, like, all right, I gotta land real quick so you guys can get inside, but we gotta go.
Yeah. I'll take over. Don't worry. Evasive maneuvers.
And so
Wasn't that the end of one of the Jurassic Park movies? Like the thing flying, you have the dinosaurs in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like with that, we see the Dragonfly like lower itself down again over the ruins of Tutomi, where you first approached the strange water world Cerelia, met Ristran, and so
I think we should leave. And perhaps never come back.
I've been saying that for a month. Have we even been here for a month? Can we go back to space?
Yeah. Where
To
to next?
space.
And beyond.
And so I think
Jake, where
Let's
to next?
go to that one planet that I can't think of the name of right now.
I have to spend some time thinking about how to make room for this apparatus as a permanent part of our cargo hold.
Well then.
Well,
You could have Doc.
Forest is going to Sterion.
We could have Doc build the thing so it like attaches to the bottom of the Dragonfly.
Yeah.
they're called
Just so that you have
magnets,
enough room
So
inside.
stock, yeah. I think that
But no, I was just going to agree with Lux.
I think we'll have some time to discuss that and what comes next. I have a feeling we have a long trip ahead of us.
yeah, well, I'm just gonna take a nap. And I think that
Me too, Batman.
I think
me
that
too.
with that, the four of you like making your way into the ramp pulling closed, the apparatus clutched in the legs of the Dragonfly underneath, Doc like leaping out of the helm so Lux can take her customary seat. And with that, the Dragonfly we watch pitch up, water still like dripping and surging out from underneath it, the apparatus of Hux clutched in its legs, as we watch it rise up further and further away, kind of vanishing through the puffy white clouds, leaving like naught but the crashing waves of the surface of the water world Cerelia. And that's where we'll leave our adventurers today.
Oh, wow.
Was that all right?
That was
Wow.
harrowing.
That was
That was-
harrowing. I got
That was harrowing.
nervous.
It's a great descriptor.
What? Harrowing, yeah.
Harrowing.
Yeah.
That's
That moment when we were both down, it was
Scary.
like, oh.
Grace. I
Honestly,
I figured you would get me up, and then I had cure wounds, but
It was
Yeah.
when
you're right. I was stable
Lux
when. Yeah.
got to Rhea's body and didn't have an action to do anything, that's when I started to panic.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, shit.
Would the Sahagwin, like, I mean, you don't have to tell us if you ever come back here, but like with the Blood Frenzy, will they just like attack a creature that's like already down?
Oh yeah,
because they're like,
it would have been hard for me to justify not attacking you while you were down there, but like I was thinking about how that was going to go. But yeah, they're blood crazed, you know, they love killing stuff. I definitely was like,
that's why the professor had to. Yeah, he sensed that, like, and that's why he went and stood over Jake, because it was like,
you
guys made great decisions as like a team tonight. Yeah, the like teamwork was really good, because there was that beat where I'm like, this is going to be brutal if like somebody ends up dead out of this. Like, oh shit, you know. But I was like ready to be like, all right, like somebody may be dead. Like the 3rd level guiding bolt, like crit, was rough.
That was a ridiculous.
Well, it was all my HP.
Yeah,
and more.
I know.
Like hadn't taken any damage to that point. I mean, I would be excited to continue to play Rhea, and there's stuff that can happen, you know, if someone does. But it was like, it is fit to like be the one to like be like, yeah, we gotta kill this octopus, and then I'll defend. I think I said to him like, I will defend the portal with my life.
You did say that.
I'm pretty sure I said that during the long rest. So you know, whatever.
Very cool.
But I didn't.
You guys made it. You made it out.
There was the moment where like, Taylor, you were just sighing, and then Troy was just doing this. It's like, it's bad.
I couldn't even look at myself on camera, because it was just like.
Yeah.
I kept trying to screenshot it. My computer wasn't working, but just like, yeah, Taylor sighing, and then Troy just this expression.
I freaked out for a second, because I was like, did Skype like freeze up? Like Troy hasn't moved in like 2 minutes.
I just was like in this mode for like a good 10 minutes, because it was like, what can I do? I can move, I can interpose. I was like, can I cast Misty Step on Rhea? No, my version is just self. Can I Misty Step into the apparatus and take over? I mean, it was just like all of the things that, you know, and at a certain point, it was just like, no, I mean, all we can do is just stand there and take it.
You did a great job. You guys worked well together. And Kurt, I'm so glad that we had Jake back for this particular episode, clearly. You know, like this was a really like fun group to send in here. And so, yeah, it's been a delight the last couple of weeks. I hope our like time here on Cerealia has been fun. Like we talked about it a lot at the beginning with this notion of kind of meandering through like worlds, right, and places, and like, you know, this is part of what we're gonna do, explore. But I really enjoyed like the last month that we've been playing around Old Ben and a Ferris and peanut butter yogurt. It's good stuff.
We got all this water stuff to go to like we're gonna go to like a dry, arid planet.
I know, really.
Yeah, can we go?
We wanted to go after that Bard of Blossoms or a Ferris.
Oh yeah, but we don't know anything about the Bard of Blossoms.
Well, we know that
he was
at,
there.
Like we know
they were in Cerealia.
Mm-hmm.
But
they were in Cerealia like 3 months ago.
I mean, they came from the Kingdom of Blossoms, which
and we asked. I insight checked whether Afaris was like lying about knowing where they were, and he was not. So he does not know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go someplace less moist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Reg would definitely like to go somewhere where his fire doesn't get muted. So let's not go to a fire planet, please.
Well, that was really fun, you guys. I had a really good time tonight. I've like enjoyed the last few weeks a whole ton, but I was ready for like the big fight tonight, and it delivered.
For sure.
I felt like, yeah.
Also, this map.
Isn't it great?
It was so pretty.
So good.
It's
so
pretty.
a bunch of the maps that I use here on the stream, I try to always use stuff that like I'm buying and purchasing, but Seppuku, CZEPEQU is the name of like the map creators.
That's not how I would have expected that.
I know, that is not.
I know.
Thank you for
I know. They have a Patreon, and they do great maps. Like I know our friend Adam loves them, and the post show recap Caps games. The map Adam used for like his session during the marathon was also from Seppuku. I don't really know how to pronounce it right. They're two individual creators who work together. They do a ton of stuff, and this is like this Ocean Throne map that I've had for ages, and I was really excited to be able to come in here. It's got bundles, right? So there's 27 different versions of this map, and I really liked being able to kind of shift through the phases of like, it's just dark to like, oh, what's happening? Horrible Sahagwin magic, like it's bloody and scary, to like, ooh, it's like the stars. Yeah.
Rich, do you want me to link to their
Yeah,
website?
go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Cool.
good.
Yeah, they do great stuff. And you'll see a ton of their maps here on my stream all over the place. So yeah, this was very cool, you guys. Big episode next week. Anybody out there is like watching this in the VODs, mark your calendars. The 24th at 8 p.m. You're going to want to be here. We got like fun stuff coming next week.
Incredible.
So
Very
with
exciting.
that, yeah, is there anything cool that you guys have going on? Troy, you got anything you want to like hype up or be excited about or we should make note of?
Great question. I'm going first. This
I
is
know.
fun.
Flipping the script.
So let's see here. Anything worth hyping up? I think, I'm gonna hype up. I'm gonna hype up doing good in the world and science. Science is
Yes.
great. We're experiencing some surges of some things, and I will just say, like, get vaccinated if you haven't already, and wear your mask indoors even if you're vaccinated, because stuff's going around, and it's the least we can do to take care of each other. Other than that, I just want to thank Rich for like another awesome Tuesday night. I know it's a lot of work to prepare sessions and storylines like this, and to get to play a harrowing journey with fun characters and NPCs is always a gift that I do not look that in the face.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care of each other, be kind to one another, and someone else is going to have to shill DM Philly, twitch.tv/DM Philly, maybe Rich himself.
I
I'm not
probably
sure.
will do it. Yeah, I'll try to remember. Kurt, how about you? You got anything you want to like hype up or talk about or make note of?
I've started streaming some more like VR.
Oh, nice.
So if you want to see me, well, you can't really see me. If you want to hear me like freak out, I need to get into Resident Evil, not the most recent one, but the one before that. That's in VR. I've barely scratched the surface of it because every time I play it, I shriek like a cheerleader. So I may need to stream that. But lately, I've been streaming Vacation Simulator, which is good fun. So yeah, just you can catch me on Twitch. It's at Kurt Clark.
You could see him down like right in my channel. He's one of the recommended channels when Kurt goes live. That goes live here, so that is cool. Taylor, how about you?
I guess just keep an eye on my Twitter at Ronnie422. I should be back with Dragon Age Origins soon. But if you're interested in that and want to go check it out, it's like you can go to my Twitch, twitch.tv/Ronnie422, and my YouTube is linked there, and it has all the VODs and everything on it. And you can listen to me wax poetic about the Dragon Age universe and dwarves and elves and all that good stuff. I
love dwarves and elves and all that good stuff, even though I know nothing about the Dragon Age universe, so I will probably be there.
The dwarven story in Dragon Age is crazy because like they don't have magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have access to magic, and like they're on the.
That's what I'm saying. They never did. Old dwarves, like no chance. You got like resistance to all magical effects because they were like anti-magic dwarves. You know.
Was it like a 20 or 25% chance that they couldn't use a magic item?
Mm-hmm.
It's like so cool. The whole like dwarven like story is fascinating to me, especially in the Dragon Age universe, because like their entire civilization was massive, and now it's tiny. And yeah,
I love dwarves.
Go.
We'll check it out. We'll keep an eye out for you. Grace, how about you? I saved you for last this week because I always make you go first because you get that awesome top left spot.
Yeah, that's great. Follow me on Twitter at Hi From Grace. Also at Hold Up Podcast. That's with 1P. We watch old LGBTQ media and see if it holds up. We watch Ally McBeal Last week we're watching South Park
Ooh.
this week, so that's gonna be
That's
interesting.
gotta be some heat right there. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see. So come check it out. We're doing fun stuff over there with my co-host Hudson. So
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm Rich Filiberto. I'm DM Philly. If you're here, like, kick me a follow, kick me your Twitch Prime subs. I could use it. We will be back on Sunday at 6 p.m. Kings of Neon, Season 2, Episode 2. We got a new full-time cast member. We're wiggling around a little bit. Our old friends in the book club, they're still, like, in the wings. But as their day-to-day lives take up more of their attention, the book buddies need to find themselves somebody a little bit more willing to get their hands dirty week to week. But yeah, next week, Tuesday the 24th, you're going to want to be back here for Dragonfly episode 13. It's going to be really exciting. That's all. That should be good. Thank you guys all so much for like hanging out, stopping by, following me, and thank the 4 of you for streaming with me tonight and letting me beat you up with sharks and Sahagwin.
Of course.
We got to see giant
I
turtles.
know.
We did.
I was so
love
excited about the giant turtles,
turtles.
Grace. I've known they've been coming since
I
you guys
love
landed
giant
here like 2 months ago. Yeah.
Oh,
There was a moment where like Ray is like, Reggie, you said you're holding an action, but like Ray's just like, okay,
Yeah.
bye
Yeah.
everybody. Like there's giant turtles here, so
I was very ready for it. I was, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we'll see. Turtles exists in many ecologies and habitats here on the planet Earth. So we'll see
True.
where else we might encounter them in space. Oh shit, turtles.
I do think if there was an episode title, it would be Turtle All the Way Down.
And with that, the final joke initiative of the night. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye.